Bluetooth connected.
Comes the sun. Darling, here comes the sun. Here comes the sun. It's alright. Darling, here comes the sun. Here comes the sun. It's alright. Sun, 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 here we come. 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 It's alright. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun. It's alright. It's alright.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Sinking.
Ooh, sinking. Ooh, wow. These are all new songs. We just test them out. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. We'll circle back to that one. Start a little another. Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare. We'll circle back to that one.
Sinking.
Krishna, go. It's a little intense songs to start out with here. It's early in the morning. Come on, man. Give me a good one. Let's roll the dice. Ah, better. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Gauranga Nityananda. 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 Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Krishna.
We don't care what the people them do.
Krishna Krishna, Hare
I have a
Hare,
friend like you.
Hare Rama.
We don't care what the people them.
All right, let's chant some jumping now. Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Rama
Rama.
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Rama Rama, Krishna Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama,
Krishna Krishna,
Rama Rama, Hare Krishna,
Rama Hare Hare, Krishna
Hare Hare. Hare Rama,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama Hare Hare,
Rama Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Rama Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Hare Rama Hare
Rama
Rama
Rama Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama
Hare
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 Rama
Hare Rama Hare
Rama
Rama
Rama Hare 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 Krishna
Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama
Hare Rama Hare
Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Rama Hare
Krishna
Rama
Hare
Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama
Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama
Rama Rama Hare
Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama
Rama
Rama Hare
Rama
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare 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 Rama
Krishna Krishna Hare
Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama
Krishna Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama
Hare
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 Rama Hare
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Rama
Rama Rama Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
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 Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare
Hare
Rama
Rama Hare
Rama Rama Hare
Rama
Hare Hare
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Rama
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Rama
Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama
Rama Rama
Rama
Hare
Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama
Rama
Hare 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 Krishna
Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna
Hare Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama
Rama
Rama Rama
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama
Rama
Hare Rama
Rama Rama
Rama
Hare
Rama
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna
Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Rama Hare
Hare
Rama
Rama
Rama Rama
Rama
Hare
Rama
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna
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 Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare
Hare
Rama
Hare
Hare Rama
Rama Hare Rama
Rama Rama
Rama
Hare
Rama
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna
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 Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare
Hare
Rama Hare
Rama
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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Krishna Hare Rama
Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna
Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare Rama
Krishna
Hare Rama Rama Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama
Hare
Hare Rama Rama
Oh.
Rama
Jai Jai Sri Chaitanya Jai Nityananda Jai Sri Advaita
Hare
Chandra
Krishna Hare
Jai
Krishna
Gora Bhakta Vrinda
Krishna Krishna Hare Rama
Jai
Rama
Jai
Rama
Sri
Hare
Chaitanya Jai Nityananda Jai Sri Advaita Chandra Jai Gora Bhakta Vrinda
Krishna Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Sri Chaitanya Chandra Jaya Guru Bhakta
Yeah. So Tom bought a new mixer. Tom bought a new mixer. He's very excited about that. See, because I got one, Lalita Ganga's got one, and now he's got one. See, now he can be a big teacher. I think you should be a big listener, Tom. You know, really be a big listener and be a big server. You know, and that's the real path. Otherwise, if you go into this big teacher thing, matter of fact, I'm not so impressed with your classes, to be honest. You know, if you want to do classes, this goes for anybody. It's, you know, like Lalita Madhava too and everything. Stop your speculation so much. Just, and being spaced out, just read Chaitanya Bhagavat. Don't give so big purports. You're not ready to give purports. You're speculations. Read Chaitanya Bhagavat, Chaitanya Charitamrita deeply. Okay? And hear really deeply. Otherwise, you're going to do like that. Be all excited about getting a mixer like Lalita Ganga. You could be a big teacher like her. That's what I see. You know, that's a weed. You don't want that, man. You want to be a devotee. She's a devotee, automatically a teacher. You know, the same thing, River. You know, she got the devotion. She's struggling with all these things, and it comes out nice. She reads a lot of Chaitanya Bhagavat and these books to purify your heart. You know, otherwise you're going to go off, man, like so many others, and you're out there now. You get some raise here, but you don't listen really deeply. And then you go and give the classes, you sit there and, spaced out. And no, that ain't no class. Yeah, I'm not impressed. Yeah. So, yeah, better to sell the mixer and give some money to Govinda or something, man. Then you'll make some real progress. Serve, serve, serve. Don't teach, teach, teach what? You got to get purified. And how I know is that you really get attracted to the books, and you really want to. I remember when I told River, start reading. She was reading and getting so much out of it. And that's when the ecstasy started to develop. Same thing with Lalita. They read from the book deeply. She would study the verses very seriously. Okay? Follow their path, man. Otherwise, this is going off. It's like an imitation. Oh, Lalita Ganga's got a mixer. Oh, I'm going to get one too. I'll be like her. No, you ain't like her. You want to be like her and like River and like others, Johan also. They read Chaitanya Leela very deeply. See? There you go. That's the path. That's my advice. Not about just going, I'm looking, how people progress by their service, and not giving classes, and just giving all these purports, being a big teacher. Rangaleka also does a little bit of that, a lot of talking about, things instead of just reading, getting purified, chanting the verses. These things are like chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. In a sense, better because the Lord gives so much mercy when you do that. And then when you come here, really listen deeply. See, and then if you listen deeply, automatically you'll begin to follow. See? Otherwise, you go off in these spaced out weed things and want to keep up with the Joneses. Can you see that in that? That's what I see, keeping up with the Joneses thing. Oh, Lalita Ganga's got a mixer too. She never asked for it. I just bought it for her. See, and I was like, oh, wow. See, that's the way it comes. See, it's all motivation. What's your motivation? What's in that pocket? I'm going to get it. Tom says, I did not know she had a mixer. It's automatic. How can you not know she didn't have a mixer? What, you didn't go to her classes? I don't believe you. Are you really being honest? I'm asking. If you are, okay. But how could you know she didn't have a mixer? She's been playing with it every day, trying to make it work. Yeah. Mixer has more meanings. Yeah, you see, that's the thing, man. Very cryptic, hard to understand what you say. What is this? Mixer has more meanings. Miscommunication. Okay, anyway, I just wanted to say that. Take it for what it is. Yeah. But if, take the essence, which is basically, if you're going to want to give classes, just read more. And don't get up there and be spaced out, get up there with intention to purify yourself by the Leela, and it'll be good. Yeah. I noticed a lot of this speculation mind, the people, they want to get up and they do more talking and not just reading the verses and getting purified. And they want to come and they speculate on what all these things. I don't like that. Even Govinda, you notice he loves to read the verses, and he comes from his realization, very deep, practical. So yeah, let that take hold more, and that comes by hearing here, really good, taking it in, observing the devotees, following in their footsteps of the advanced devotees that are advanced in devotion, like that. Yeah, I just trying to help you. I hopefully some of this rings true for you, and we'll see. Okay. Let's see, where were we? We were database.
You didn't choose for the text yet, Guru Maharaj.
Yeah, I'm looking now. I'll find it. Is the music still on? Probably it is, huh? Let's see. Yeah. Okay.
Bluetooth disconnected.
Okay, let's see here. Chaitanya Charitamrita. Yeah, when you start to give purports, it comes from a real deep purification, and then it comes up from the spirit. So it's literally like Bhagavad Gita 10:10. You start to realize things, from the spirit and your experience also. So that you do it under empowerment, which is beautiful. It's really the zone to come. It takes some purification. You tell devotees is a serpent about, what is he saying there, Lalita? I don't understand.
I'm coming back here. No, he understood wrongly, of course. You said that he was speculating, and he thinks that you said that he's a serpent. So I explained that
Yeah,
you say that's what we say as well. So
yeah. I see, I don't speak his language, but I have the feeling that he kind of, does he read like the verses a lot?
he reads the verses and he speaks more about purification than before. So he doesn't speculate that much.
Oh,
as
that's
before.
good. Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
But this goes for everybody. So, like I just noticed the ones who do more of this and less of the reading type thing, this is the problem, and they don't hear also so good. See, so
I can't hear.
yeah, I know he's anyway, he's doing all right. Yeah. So yeah. Yeah, I tell you, this is just part of the path. A lot of times it's not understood properly. The drama says, how many years has Sachi been in association with you? Since 1997, I think. Long time. Yeah. Oh yeah, we're back. Okay. So how about... yeah, Madhavendra Puri's devotional service. I was just going to say something about the title, and because that popped into my mind. This thing, like Madhavendra Puri became an ecstatic chanter. So he was chanting Krishna's name in ecstasy, which is basically, it's like you become a resident of Vrindavan. That was the purpose of the mantra. The mantra is a representation of Radha and Krishna, Vrindavan. And if you become attracted, you develop, the only way you become an intimate associate of Radha and Krishna is by the attraction to them, which is there in the form of their mantra. And if you're really, truly, deeply attracted, that results in ecstatic feelings and manifestations, like the residents of Vrindavan have. See, that's our way to do it. So Madhavendra Puri developed that, and that's a very deep level. And Prabhupada said this kind of devotion was not seen in the sampradaya that he was in, the Madhava sampradaya. There's hardly any symptoms of ecstatic devotion, and like I see now in our line here. which is not really the real line. It's the real line, but it's a shiksha line. See, so you got to find, like here, it's coming through a grand disciple. It's not, people think, oh, he was a disciple of Prabhupada, therefore he's definitely in the line. That's what they think. That's a clothesline. You're not looking at like philosophically. You're not looking siddhantically. Like, well, does this person exhibit the symptoms like Prabhupada had? Ecstatic love that the real line has. They don't look like that. They look at it as seminal line. This has been done all the way from Lord Caitanya. That was the age of darkness. That's why it was dark. See, this ecstatic current went dark because wasn't a Bhagavad Gita 10:10. The spirit could not help the people. Bhagavad Gita 10:10 is so pivotal, the verse. To those who worship the Lord with loving ecstasy or prema, real deep prema with the manifestations, I give them the understanding of how to come back to me. I give them real transcendental knowledge. See? So it went dark in that sense because for a lack of people having those symptoms. And if they did, they've been hiding them, right? Like Prabhupada and Bhaktisiddhanta, and then teaching rules and regulations to try to get people there, or not get them there, to get them attracted to being there. The only reason why Prabhupada, Bhaktisiddhanta, and Bhaktivinoda did not exhibit the symptoms, which are beautiful and fantastic, is because of people would be too adverse to seeing them, to misunderstanding them. That's the only reason. Why would you hide such beauty? That's hiding God. See? It's just because of misunderstandings that would take place and all of that. It wasn't time. See? Wasn't time for that revelation. Even now, see, so to make progress, they gave you the rules, the regulations, like the Moses Vaishnavism. Yeah, mandates, become human, dry out. Even here, people need some drying out sometimes. They're addicted to drugs and alcohols and all of that stuff, and they wonder why. Well, you just still not making progress. Well, you need a little vitae, man, a little drying out. Yeah, if you're a lush, how are you going to expect to make progress? You wonder why I'm still lonely. I'm still this. I'm still this. Yeah, well, stop your drinking or smoking or whatever it is. And don't bullshit yourself. That's what the people that are addicted, they bullshit themselves. They lie to themselves. Oh, I'm not, So you got to become honest if you want to make progress. Otherwise, how can you do it? So you can't, you have to repent, dry out, go to a halfway house, do something. See, that's where Vaidhi happens. I see it. And you know what? People making progress, they realize that. We have some that were taking drugs and realize, hey, I got to stop this. I want to make progress. See? So anyway, if you come to that realization by, it'll probably be a little bit of this kind of sadhu sangha and a little bit of Maya smacking you around. Because that's what she does, to teach. She's a teacher. You don't get it this way, you get it that way. Maybe you need a little bit of both. Do you really want this? Really want Krishna? And they're a little addicted or too addicted to the other things. The changes come because Krishna helps. The Spirit helps. We need it, and we're weakened by these things. Yeah, so Madhavinda Puri, this is the next stage of purification here. See, Madhavinda Puri went to bring things onto another level. All they had was the Moses type of Vaishnavism even back then. See, their heart, Prabhupada said in the purport in Chaitanya Charitamrita, hardly any symptoms of ecstatic love were seen in his sampradaya, and he took sannyas from somebody. See? But then the will of Krishna, the will of Lord Caitanya, who was not manifest yet, gave him the order to bring Vaishnavism to another level, and another level of purification, just like we got that order. Because ecstatic love had appeared in this heart of this person here, Prabhupada and Krishna gave the order to bring the purification onto that level, like Madhavendra Puri brought. See? What is that level? People need to know that level. Oh, yeah. You engage people, you engage the village, the ones that are maybe more advanced or advanced enough, to help. They're the ones, the first fruits. They believed in Madhavendra Puri, was an authority. They believed in his word. He went and preached to the village. He said, the deity is sitting over there in the jungle, and he's covered over by jungle growth. Who wants to help me uncover that deity? See, there has to be goal for purification, service. See? Same thing always happens for purification. You need it. Otherwise, you don't make any advancement. That's why I went down on Tom. What is this? You're getting a mixer to keep up with the Joneses. Service. I don't consider you ready to really do anything significant in the class. Better listen, get purified, serve. Give the money to Govinda or something. He's an advanced devotee. You'll make an advancement like that. Invite him over to your house. Associate with him. Service, 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 Tom. You want to get over your Mayavadi? It takes some service, following the path. Otherwise, you'll just be a Mayavadi teacher. You'll go out there and you think, oh, wow, now I'm a pure devotee. You have that tendency. I've seen that. Lalita's seen that too. You think you're a gopi and all this other stuff. That's your danger, man. That's your challenge. See, there's coverings over the deity, the real deity. See, so the next stage is the stage that we're been ordered. Like see, Madhavendra Puri, Krishna said, okay, now I'm going to appear in the world and deliver them. See, but first, bring choppers and spades and uncover the deity. See, that's the Bhakti Lata Beach. Uncover it. Snip, 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 chop, chop, chop. The deity's covered there, can't get access. See, so with the help of the village, just like here, the advanced devotees here are helping. We're going into the jungle. The jungle is you out there. You're the jungle, ISKCON. Gaudiya Samiti, Gaudiya Math, Radhakund Babaljis, you're the jungle. You don't know you're the jungle because it's covered over. The deity's covered over with your pride of being advanced devotees, and I haven't seen any symptoms of advancement. My ex-wife is covered over by jungle girl. She said, no, don't cover me. I'm okay. See? Therefore, the sin remains, doesn't it? Didn't Jesus say that? Oh, you don't admit you're fallen? You don't admit that Jesus was sent by the Lord? How can you get purified, you Pharisees? How can you get purified, my dear ex-wife? That you don't believe that we are sent here by Krishna and Lord Caitanya to uncover the deity. And you are definitely covered, Mahavirya and Meena. So therefore, you don't want to be uncovered? Okay, the covering stays. And we'll just uncover whoever wants that freedom of being in a relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And that freedom and that helper, I'm amazed, man. That helper's phenomenal. You got the spirit to help. You're like the residents of Vrindavan, like that picture, right? You're one of those wonderful, fortunate, prosperous residents of Vrindavan under the shelter of Govardhan and Krishna and Krishna's real devotees. And therefore you get the spirit help, the Holy Spirit help to help you in your attraction to chanting and all of this. See, that's when you say, yeah, uncover the deity in me. Yeah, see, that's surrender. That's our being real disciple. And if you can't do that, I'm willing to do that. Okay, you don't engage in the pastimes in that way. See, could you imagine if the deity didn't didn't accept the purification of the real devotees that were empowered like Madhavinda Puri, like we are. We prove it all the time. We're uncovering the deities in people, right? You know the jungle growth was there. It's going, isn't it? It's amazing. See, are you willing to see? And this is what can see when the going gets tough. You know what the toughness is? Is getting the stuff cut out of you. This surgery. Otherwise, you can go. Oh, I just want to keep it. I want it to remain. Yeah. See, but the ones who really want Krishna, they'll go, oh yeah, cut it out. Yeah, let's get it. Let's loosen it up, man. Let me feel that spirit. Wow, I love that spirit that Lalita has. I want more of that. I want that help. Isn't that a great helper there, Lalita and River? Doesn't that get you through your pain and your miseries? You know, could you imagine not having that help? You don't want to tell, how can ever tell me that the most mercy is here where the Lord has given himself so easily to the people here that have faith here and follow the process and really listen. And don't come here to try to imitate being a gopi and all of this bullshit, which is this is the stuff we cut out. All this real stuff happens naturally when you're honest. And otherwise it'll show in your deeds. It'll show you're spaced out, you know, you're a predator, you're after women, you know, and stuff like that, or men. See, I'm looking for progress. Progress means you got more into Krishna. See, and this other stuff gets on the back burner and is controlled by your attraction to the Lord. You know, there's so many nice devotees. I said this nice Tulsi something today. I saw on her page. And they're trained in the difficult path. Oh, you got to get control of your sense. She's writing what she understands by what her teachers are teaching her in Vaishnavism. You got to gain control over your senses. You could see it's just hard, you know, difficult. And this is really tough, but you got to do it. It's like false ego in it. I'm going to do it, you know, and because my guru teaching me that. What they don't know, usually their gurus are probably not doing it because so much hypocrisy. Aren't we in the age of hypocrisy? Isn't that where the leaders are actually hypocrites, most of them? See? Even the Bhagavatam says that. Why we should be very cautious in that sense. That's why we need the gift, man. Many of us, we have the gift here, and we're here to promote the gift. This kind of bhakti, you know, counteract the attraction to the senses and sense objects by deep attraction to Krishna and Krishna's pastimes and his name, and just day after day after day, just dipping into that ocean of bliss. The Lord has made it really easy, and once you really get it sufficiently, it becomes easier and easier and easier. And then it's like, wow, what a wonderful path. I could just come here and just play with Krishna, you know, come close to Krishna. He comes close to me and everything's purified. That's where it's going here. Some have already arrived at that place. Yeah. So you're with people that should be very encouraging. You know, these poor Vaidis out there struggling in ISKCON and everything. They don't have this. They can't even think about this. They don't even understand the mercy of Lord Caitanya. It's all over in their books, but nobody understands. Why? Because their leaders don't understand. The leaders are ignorant of the mercy of Lord Caitanya. The leaders are not recipients of the mercy of Lord Caitanya. Otherwise, they would be preaching it. They would have the power to even transmit it. See, because now is this time. This is the time people should be looking. Where is that mercy of Lord Caitanya? Well, it's here. We're preaching it. We're transmitting it. That means it's authorized. I don't need any piece of paper to show it's authorized. I don't need to wear anything special to show it's authorized. The truth is what makes it authorized. The true manifestation of it is its authorization. That's called God's authorization. You know what the other authorization of Maya is, even in religion? Paper authorization, rubber stamp, vote authorization. It's like the government. They said this money is authorized because we say so, and there's nothing back it. It's illusion. You'll find out in the end. It will not save you. It will not give you real wealth. And they do that in religion. They do that in Vaishnavism. Our rubber stamp and our votes of our gurus, they are authorized. Follow them, believe in them, worship them. You see, they got lots of Bhakti Shastra degrees on the wall. See that paper? That's their authorization. You see how they're dressed. You see the high seats they sit in that they love. You see those feet protruded out there to be washed. Oh, and they love that too, that honor. See, the honor they want, the prestige of being a big, important person. See, all that is false in truth. But, it's like they have masses of people believing the story. So it is all narratives and all stories. See, they create a story, even in Vaishnavism. You know what the narrative and the story that people follow? Oh, read this checklist carefully. This is the qualifications of guru, and it's all mundane. They can at least appear to be living up to that standard. See, but they can't even appear to live up to this standard, which is in Prabhupada's books, chapter 1 of Adi Lila. And many chapters, many sayings of the Lord. Yes, it's correct. Those who awaken devotion to Krishna is certainly the spiritual master. Where's the paper there? See? That's in the book. That book is eternal. Now, that conception is eternal. That conception is close to the Lord. That conception brings you close to the Lord. That brings you close to Guru. Therefore, you get close to the Lord. The misconception and the speculations of the unauthorized keep you distant from the Lord. Distant by speculations. It creates an offense. See, a fence, a fence between you and God, the speculation. You cannot understand what we understand, what we realize by speculation. Yeah, thank you for your donation. Continue on. Continue on serving. It's all about serve, serve, serve. Not like, yeah, I gave you some money, but more in there. Serve, serve, serve. Keep doing, man. Keep serving. Don't think, well, I did this and did that. Now I can just sit back and get my little mixer and be a nice teacher and mix everything nicely. Yeah, I'm not into mixing. I don't like mixers. I like the pure thing. It's not something, well, I did this back then. No, keep serving, keep serving forever. See? And then more service leads to more service. You got to be intense, otherwise you got yeah. Are you getting together with devotees? Man, that's service. Get close to the devotees. I mean, I don't know. These devotees seem to get together. Are you getting together with the devotees there? They're close to you? Are you begging them? They say, well, they don't want me. Well, are you begging them to be in an association? Are you taking the trouble to meet them? Or are you meeting others? Just, it's all, these kind of things. Practical. Yeah. Yeah, this is serve, 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 serve. Always service. Okay. Yeah, so motivate. So choppers and spades, you got to uncover the deity. And that's when it gets wonderful. Then the deity's uncovered. You see the birth canal. And now you have the helper, man. It's so nice. It's so beautiful. That's what Jesus wanted to get going, right? He says, oh, the spirit's going to be awakened in you. That is so beautiful. Moses never spoke about that because it wasn't given to him. Prabhupada didn't really speak about it much. Actually, I don't know if at all. I have to, go over things again. But Bhakti Siddhanta, they weren't talking. It wasn't time for the discussions of the spirit. It wasn't given to them. Narayan Maharaj also, they weren't talking about the spirit. Maybe they talk about intellectually, but not like practically. See, you have to have the spirit. One of my disciples got the spirit. He was starting to get it. He was starting to peak up. And then he went to Narayan Maharaj. He went to him to ask him, is this real? Is there a Holy Spirit? No. Back down. Krishna, see, back in, see? It wasn't the place to come out. And now he's just cultivating prideful things. Wow, I can chant 1 lakh now. Oh, I can control my sex desire. It's all repression. Just pushing down, chanting, I want 1 big lakh, and look at me. See, pride. See, he left the real path, see? And he's on that. That's so there, see, he's lost in that. Almost got him out once. But then, see, they talk. Oh, go Hari. Oh, he's and boom, it's gone again. Yeah. All right. Let's see, back somewhere else. So, chapter 7 in Majja Lila. And Lalita, do you want to start reading a little bit?
Okay, Guru Maharaj, thank you. Thank you so much. All glories to you. All glories to Krishna Das Kaviraj. All glories, all glories. To Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita, Gadadhar, Srivas, Adi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. There is echo, Guru Maharaj. I'm
Sorry.
sorry.
Yeah, my fault.
Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, being very compassionate toward a Brahmana named Vasudeva,
Oh, shoot.
he cured him of leprosy. He transformed him into a beautiful man, satisfied with devotional service. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the glorious Lord Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Oh glories, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Oh glories to Lord Nityananda. Oh glories to Advaitacharya. And oh glories to all the devotees of Lord Chaitanya. After delivering Sarvabhava Bhattacharya.
Another beautiful thing about Lord Chaitanya's mercy is like when he embraces somebody, see, this is getting the mercy. become a beautiful person, attractive person. See, without the Spirit, we're not attractive. See, that's the secret. And because the world is contaminated, see, it works on attraction. Okay? So therefore, many times, until one is spiritually advanced, one is unattractive in the world. Just like Shukadev Goswami, people were unattractive to him. They were actually criticizing him, laughing at him, laughing at his activities. Even though he was acting transcendentally in this world, people were not attracted. Well, they were attracted to him by criticism. See, they rose to condemnation. See, so Lord Caitanya embraced Vasudeva, and basically we're all kind of in the leopard colony. We're all lepers, actually. We're untouchable. We shouldn't be touched by God. We're not really qualified, right? You know how they teach you got to be qualified first, deserve, then desire, that path? Because the people say, they're just like, well, we're just, we're wretched. We don't deserve this. So work, go and flog yourself, man. Go around Govardhan with the rock, in penance and show austerity and show that that you really want God, man. Just show, do that really difficult thing. Go in the rain, man, suffer. Right? This is, we're not worthy to be touched by the holy and pure. See, that's why even in religion, like in the Muslims, I think you don't speak the God's name. It's too holy and pure. You're not worthy to do that. Also in the Vaishnava and the Hindus, for a long time before, even when the Lord was here, they chastised him. You should not speak God's name. It should only be in private, silently. It's too holy. Not for the public consumption. See, and the Lord came and showed, I want to teach you like Jesus started. I want to teach the path of mercy. The Lord is merciful. The Lord's name is merciful. His devotees are merciful. See, and devotees who are embraced by the Lord, those are the ones who have the close relationship. The embrace is a metaphor for the closeness between the soul, the intimacy, the closeness, the intimacy of the soul with God. See? And when you're that close, boy, do you realize things. See, Bhagavad Gita 10:10. Only love, true love for God, love for his name brings you that close. See, that's why, you become as ecstatic as God is. God, his body is made, Satchidananda, made out of raging, ecstatic, conclusive understanding and devotion. See? And then you're close to that, get ecstatic. That's why, and so, not everybody's attracted to that. That's why you see we get the jewels here, usually the hearts that are pretty purified. They come and they shine very quickly. And others come too, they want to get purified. They might have some Mayavadi stuff and, whatever else they want to bring because they feel the rays here. See, so they come here for the rays. They get and there's energy here. See, and that's why that has to get purified too. Otherwise, you'll take those rays and usurp that energy so you can become a big teacher. You want to be something big, something important. See, these are all weeds. See, this is part of we take choppers and spades to cut this stuff down. See? It's called chopping technique. Bhaktisiddhanta was very good at it. Prabhupada used it too. He would chop different anarthas, like the Mayavadi philosophy. He'd chop that with the truth, right? He said, no, this is Mayavadi. Don't use that as your goal. Look, Siddhantically, you see the scriptures teach bhakti, devotion, servant of Krishna, servant of God, not becoming one with God. and staying in that level. Oh, we're God, we're one with God, and all. See, that's a partial understanding. Yeah, go ahead there, Lalita. Read on.
Okay. After delivering Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, the Lord desired to go to South India to preach. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he accepted the renounced order during the waxy fortnight of the month of Magha. During the following month, Falguna, he went to Jagannath Puri and he resided there. At the end of the month of Falguna, he witnessed the Dola Yatra ceremony, and in his usual ecstatic love of God, he chanted and he danced.
So do
Invariably,
you want the usual ecstatic love experience? How would you like to have that your usual experience instead of just occasionally, once a month, once a year, once every 10 years? You know, people say, "Oh, yeah, man, you know, many years ago I had this ecstatic experience." Oh, well, how would you like it more frequent? How about every day? Yeah, it just increases when you get, you know, when you break through a lot of this stuff, and not you don't have to, you know, have it all gone. The Lord is so merciful here in our sangha because it's the real deal. It's the real disciplic line, man. Powerful. Oh, you'll get it. You'll still have a lot of stuff there, and the Lord will from within. He'll start doing the cleaning of the Gundincha temple, which is you. You're that Gundincha temple now. And he's cleaning you, and the devotees here, not only go Haridas, but you got some advanced devotees here engaging in the work also. And very quickly, people will advance. See, now, you know, enough, and then you'll engage also in the work. You know, you start, you know, you get cleaned up because you're a bit of a baby. See? And some of this cleaning is we chop, you know, cut, snip. Actually, this guy yesterday, we were in the jacuzzi. Yes, we did a jacuzzi. We're in the jacuzzi, and this guy comes in, one of the family members of here, and we had this nice conversation, really great. And he was telling me about the Kabbalah. And it's so funny. There's always parallels in every system, you know. And he was talking. The Kabbalah has there's three columns. One is severity, the other is mercy, and the other pole is like God. The pole. And people are making progress, bouncing from severity to mercy. So I thought that was an interesting name, severity and mercy, and then in the center is the pole. And so anyway, I tailored an explanation of how to cut this time down, because that's kind of, he was talking very slow, takes a long time, you know, going back and forth, and coming into the center and rising up. I said, yeah, you know, that's why saviors come here. See, so they come and they get your energy to rise up that pole very fast instead of this back and forth. So the severity is like in the Vedic system or more than Vedic actually, Lord Caitanya's teaching is the snip, cut. See, the cutting these obstructions, these anarthas that are in the way of coming into the center. And then more and more, as this stuff is cut, you remain in the center, and the mercy is feeding you. See, the mercy. See, and then you just rise like ever fresh mercy. You feel that. It's like you don't need so much of the cutting away. It's like the mercy does the job, and you're not like spending a lot of time over there, you know. See, so you have the devotees to help, and the Lord inside helps. That's why, you know, ultimately, if you get the Savior, you understand the value. things go very fast. So even the Kabbalah, if it's understood properly, I mean, I have to do some more study of this. He just told me about, I had no, I don't know these intricacies, but, just as a general thing. That's another reason why, he said, wow, that's interesting. Yeah, it's very interesting. Nobody told him that before. These are great secrets of bhakti. You have to hear this from real devotees and be open to hearing this path, because you can't figure it out on your own. That's why I've seen in Vaishnavism, very few people know the glories of Bhakti Devi. They talk about it and everything, but they don't experience it. They don't preach its glory. I mean, really, you preach from experience. Hey, man, you need to get this Holy Spirit. You got to get Bhakti Devi. Get it, come here, get it fast. It's Bhakti Lata Bees, man. Makes your chanting ever fresh. Makes your understanding ever fresh. Look at these classes every day, ever fresh. Look at my students' classes, becoming ever fresh. Look at the excitement people get when you make real spiritual progress. Can you see what he's saying there? It looks like he's on something else.
Oh. Lalita Madhava, you mean?
Yeah.
He says, if you have the most beautiful realization, he means that he saw Shama Sundara, and he said, I saw Satchitananda, Radha and Krishna in one person with the gopis. He's talking about that all the time. Do you want me to deny that?
Yeah.
He thinks that you chastised him about that, and he keeps on saying that he had this realization, but it was not about that, Jan.
Yeah.
You
Well,
were talking
just by
about
the
something
fact,
else.
just by the fact, he's kind of resisting it, like feels it personal, that personal. There's probably something there for him.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, you probably know him better than me because I don't know the language. But I have the feeling there's something there that's
Of
hitting the
course.
nerve. Hitting,
I will explain him
yeah.
once more.
Why is he meditating on that so much?
All
I
right.
don't even know if I was talking to him really much. Amy says, what does she say there? What does Amy
I
say?
come here for you because you have magic powers that heal and restore truth, true prema bhakti.
Yeah, that's the secret, man. Bhagavad Gita 10:10, man. We're getting people up to that. Isn't that nice? That's a miracle. What a great, I mean, I think gradually a lot of people will see that this is so important to get this spirit. Get the help. Otherwise, you're on that hard path. Ooh, we're going to control the senses. Ooh, man. Lord Caitanya especially. Jesus got it going, but Lord Caitanya took that ball and made it more clear. Nityananda, they came blissed out, man, made it so beautiful. The Spirit ran their lives. It made them happy, made others happy. It was the secret of their preaching is to have the helper, the Spirit. See, the Bhakti Devi. See, Bhakti Devi is basically personification of Radha. See, Radha knows Krishna. It's Radha who's attracted to Krishna. See, so the Lord wants to give her spirit to us so that we're natural like her. She's natural attraction. Can you imagine trying to get that on your own by your own austerity? That's why, Lord Caitanya kicked the brahmachari out of the. No, you don't get it that way. You can't do enough renunciation to get this. Take the gift. You got it through Srivas. You got my intimate association. Don't try to build power by austerity, he said. Get it by the mercy of just getting the gift through my devotees. I preach that. That's the truth, man. You find the path by this word because this word is true. This is checkable. It's checkable in the scriptures. And it's checkable in the experience of many of my students who have accepted this word and these teachings in their heart. See? That's why it doesn't work in Vaishnavism or Radhakund Babaji's or the, what do you call it, the Gaudiya Samiti, the Narayan Raj group, or ISKCON, because their teachings are not checkable, even though they have all the books. And they created other ones in like Gaudiya Samiti and Moth and all that. It's not checkable. They can't see it. They're still in that level that Jesus preached in parables. See, in the stories that they don't understand. These are parables. See, all because they won't listen to where the stories are unlocked. They're unlocked here. Narayan Raj, I remember, used to say, you got to hear from me so you can understand Prabhupada. But I would hear from him, I didn't understand. I said, it became more unclear. I thought, wow, that's really a trip. They all think they're understanding. See, because they don't understand Prabhupada. I'm telling you, Shamarani, all of them, all the Prabhupada, they went to him. And I'm not, I'm just trying to help people. See? And they think through, and because he's saying the right thing, that to understand any devotee, you need to be very advanced, actually. Even their purports, you need to be purified by the word and by a living devotee. That was his preaching. So you go to him to think, okay, great, let's listen to you and I'll get more clear on Prabhupada. I didn't get more clear on that. See? Because I had the ecstatic spirit, I could tell, but most people don't. So they think they're getting clear, but not. And you know how you know? Well, go look at Shamarani. I mean, honestly, go look. Does she have any real energy? Is she bubbling over with ecstasy, or just? I mean, I'm looking. I'm telling you, in the real, if you're in the real disciplic line, you're bubbling over with energy and life, right? Like Lord Caitanya's devotees, they had life. They're the spirit. Energy, truth, ecstasy. You see that? That shows he went there to understand Prabhupada. What is God saying? Well, I didn't quite get it. So I'm just trying to help her even. The truth will set you free. She got a chance before she kicks the bucket to see that we're understanding Prabhupada and proving it in a way that is kind of like, wow, man, that's really, we prove it by showing that people are getting actually onto the devotional platform with ecstatic love. Now that's proof. That's pretty amazing, isn't it? See, and that group knows, again, people can't evaluate. They don't know what ecstatic love is, but we can because we know. And I say, well, where are the symptoms of ecstatic devotion? In that Sangha, in the Narayan Raj. Where are they? Nowhere to be seen. They still don't. They talk Rupa, Radha, 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 but no Radha, no ecstatic devotion. So they still don't really know. Not here. See, not here yet. But they could know. Whoever does come here first gets into the kingdom first, and we prove it. They're still trying to find where is the real path. Don't tell me if you're preaching Raghunuga Bhakti and spontaneous devotional principles and Rupa, 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 and Sanatan, 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 Goswami stuff, and no ecstatic devotion is awakening. Don't tell me you're at the right path yet. The fruit has not come yet. See? That fruit is here. It's authorized. If you can come and check it out, but a lot of people don't because they don't have spiritual greed. I'm telling you this truth. They can just talk about it and you go there, right? And you don't get the result. After 30 years of Narayan Raj preaching, to the ISKCON devotees and whoever else came to him, right? 30 years, no result of ecstatic devotion. Here you've come 5 years, 6 years almost. And even from the beginning, many of you got it. And it's growing and growing and growing and growing. How can anybody say that this is not bona fide? That is insane. It is illogical. You are crazy. You guys think you're smart and intellectuals and scholars? And you can't see, you don't even know what ecstatic devotion is. We just have to continue to shout it from the rooftops because it's true. It will be real. It'll be manifest. Oh, if you can manifest, you know why it never works with the demons? They try to make the lies the truth. It only survives for a time. You know how much dedication God is to the truth, the deepest truth, and you think anybody that can surmount that permanently? No, only for a time. It's always been like that. Only for a time could Kamsa, take over. Only for a time could Hiranyakashipu took over by the Lord allowing it. He wanted a little sport. He wanted to teach the glories of absolute truth, man. Only for a time can Klaus Schwab do his New World Order thing. And the Lord will come with the truth of who he is and who we really are. We're not demons and we're not demigods. We're devotees of the transcendental Lord. Eternally. That is our position, and that is the position in Kali Yuga. Krishna and Lord Caitanya has ordained, has deemed as the reality for this Kali Yuga. It is given that people will know their spiritual identity. We're not a demigod, we're not a demon, you're not Joe Blow, you're not a poor person, you're not a rich person, materially. You're meant to be in your eternal spiritual position, which is you're unlimitedly rich. With the unlimited relationship with the Lord, unlimited bliss, unlimited happiness. Isn't that the whole purpose of wealth? To be happy with it, right? But nobody gets completely happy because it's material, and that's not you or me or anybody else in this world. We're spirit. Unlimited happiness is in this awakening, in this union with God, this love for the transcendental Lord. Unlimited bliss, unlimited knowledge, unlimited happiness. That's the unlimited wealth. And then whatever you need in this world is there. Why wouldn't it be? Even look at Amy says she sees there's a mystical thing going on here. Yeah, well, that's what we're here to do. We want that mystical thing happen for you. Pay it forward, man. I'm not into just keeping this wealth for myself. I want to throw it around. What am I going to do? It's a heavy load. You got to throw it around.
Too much for you alone.
Yeah, man, are you kidding, man? Throw it around, man. We want helpers, man. It's always like that. Helpers, service. We're gonna deliver this planet, this world, this universe by this path. This is the greatest path in the world. It's the bestest, the mostest. You know why it's the mostest, the bestest, and the mostest path? Because of the hostess, Radharani. She's the hostess with the mostest. That's a new jingle for our television program here. We're telling you a vision. It's a great one, too. This one you'll like, man. It's called Truth, man. Wake you up, man. Wake up, man. Broadcasting the truth, man. This is Radio Truth, man, here. Broadcasting the truth, man. Waking up the masses. Good. He got a personal realization. That's great. That's all I see in his thing. Yeah. Okay, read on there, Ladita.
Yeah. During the month of Chaitra, while living in Jagannath Puri, the Lord delivered. He delivered Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. And at the beginning of the next month, he decided to go to South India.
You see this key word, delivered. He delivered. See, because the Lord, see, he was the Lord. He was whole person, right? He had love of Krishna, therefore he had the power to deliver others. See, Madhavinda Puri had love of Krishna, the power to deliver others. Always the same. See? See, how did he deliver others? Well, he became a role model. He showed this is ecstatic love. This is my position naturally in relationship with the Supreme Lord. I have the helper, and you can have the helper too. See, so you come and you're delivered because Sarvabhauma got purified. So you got snip, 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 cut, cut, cut. His Mayavadi stuff, his thinking he was a big devotee and great and all that. See? And he was delivered. So what is deliverance? Deliverance is this, because you guys, many of you got snip, snip, cut, 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 and you hear, you get purified, and what happens? The helper comes. Isn't the helper nice there, Lalita? How about you, River? You like the helper? Are you helped? Do you know what the helper is now? Are you clear about it? You see its value, how it is invaluable?
Clearer than before, Maharaj, much clearer than before.
Yeah. And it
It's
just
much
gets
easier.
you go ahead. Go ahead.
It's much easier and much clearer, and you can feel his presence helping you when you need it. If it doesn't come straight away, it does come at some point when you're ready.
And more and more. See,
Yeah.
that's the beautiful. And as you cultivate this path and make progress.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah. So that's being delivered. If you don't have the helper, you're not delivered yet. See, Sarvabhauma had the transformation and change. He became a devotee with real devotion. He got the Bhakti Lata Bij. See? And he very easily cultivated it now. He was a devotee. All he did is ecstatically serve Lord Caitanya and Radha and Krishna. Hearing, chanting, remembering. He used to like to write. He was a writer type. You know, he wrote beautiful verses. Like Prabhupada was a writer type and preacher. He liked to write purports and preach. Actually, you know, he spoke a lot of his purports. Just like here. These are all purports. You know, and so he spoke these things on the verses and they wrote them down. That's why, you know, a lot of times people here, they quote Prabhupada said, you should be quoting here because this is the next phase. Yeah, so like Tom, you know, you're always quoting Prabhupada said this and said this. Why don't you quote the verses here? That shows you're listening. You know, otherwise you're somewhere else, man. All you have to do is really listen attentively here, and then you'll get it. Like the devotees were listening to Prabhupada and they got whatever he was telling them. Well, hopefully. Or they went over his things but if you listen closely here, you'll be able to quote things. You'll be able to understand the essence. Okay? And then you start writing these things down. And this will bring people onto the next platform. Because Prabhupada only put it in his books and he preached Vaidhi. And, you know, there's some good, you know, of course, you know, but still you should be quoting this. So to help, this is the New Testament for Vaishnavas. You want to really help me? You know, that's what it's about. You help Guru. Yeah, not try to let me give classes and get a mixer. You know, I got a mix. He was very, look at me, I got a mixer now. So what? I didn't think that was a glory. I thought that was a snip, snip, cut, cut opportunity. Is it exactly an obligation or simply just an option for a guru, spiritual master, to take on karma incurred by their disciples and followers? Well, take on, I burn it up. Thank God, because I don't want to carry your friggin' karma around. Who the hell wants that? You think I'd be ecstatic every day of all that karma? The real guru burns it, man. Problem with Prabhupada, he commented, he said, man, the problem with me, I took too many disciples. You know, these are the sins of he couldn't burn, it's too much. I could imagine if I had all these kind of disciples and trying to preach what I'm preaching here, it would never happen. There's too much. Prabhupada talked about it. A small fire, big fire is Krishna.
The spirit takes away that karma.
Yeah, the
not
spirit.
You.
Yeah, the spirit, it burns it.
Burns it.
That's why you need to do this position. You need strong bhakti. And because the bhakti will burn it. Each time ecstatic immersion burns away all this association with the anarthas of maybe new disciples and stuff.
Yeah,
even
it's the power of
sometimes I feel a little bit of the weight, and then Krishna relieves it, takes it. Has to, otherwise we can't continue with this. It's, in Vaishnavism now, these gurus can't burn the karma. It just hangs around in them and in their disciples. It's shown by their understanding. A lot of times the karma is so heavy because of the offense of of idol worship, of being an idol, you carry it on. And this crazy things happen in these gurus. They become pedophiles or God knows murderers sometimes. We heard about all that. I mean, this is all. We got here at Janaki's place. There's case files of people that have been abused by these leaders. In authority as teachers and all of this. When be in here, case files, huge in the ISKCON. Yeah, the lawyer was telling me he's reading these things. He said, broke his heart, how terrible these things are. But this is what you get when you have, we need authorization. I mean, that's why the Lord's trying to show the miracle here, because who am I to do this job? That's why I rebelled against doing it. I couldn't believe it. How do you want me to do this job? How can it be done? It's impossible. I never wanted to be a guru. I never even thought. It wasn't even in my dreams. But, I started to understand it's all by the book, man. The order of the spiritual master is the active principle of spiritual life. The opinion of the spiritual master is the active principle of spiritual life. That was Prabhupada's opinion. That was his order. That was Krishna's opinion and Krishna's order, which I knew. Who's going to do it? That's why it's doing. That's why already so many are saved here. I'm just following the order, whether I'm worthy or unworthy. I'm more like, I just realize more and more, hey man, I'll always feel unworthy because the Lord is worthy and the Lord keeps coming back. He keeps helping. He's my helper, man, to do this job. Otherwise, without the helper, I can't do it. Lalita can't do it without her helper. See, we work together. River also, you see, gives nice classes every day. In spite of her difficulties and all this. Come on, man. She got to help her. So what does Amy say there, Lalita?
I'm glad I got in here when I did, because it brought enough baggage weighting the ship down. I need several bonfires to get rid of this hoarded karma load.
Yeah, we'll just keep lighting the bonfires. Come here for the bonfire every day, or whatever you feel like you can. Yeah, trust your heart. When you're ready for a bonfire, just come, we'll have a bonfire. We'll get the marshmallows out and the hangers. You ever see that they used to put them on a hanger? Do you ever do that? You get the metal hangers. I don't know if they have those anymore, but at least you get a metal hanger and put them on the bonfire, man. Nice. Oh, I love those. The more burnt, the better. I love burnt marshmallows. That's our karma. We just put it in the fire. It becomes a marshmallow and burn it up, man. See?
Yeah, it is because of your devotional service that Lord Caitanya appears and that he cleans those temples, that he takes everything away because of your devotional service.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what that's the thing. See, it's the cleaning the Gudicha temple. When you get the authorized devotees who are real associates, they clean together with the real Lord. If you're not a real associate, that Lord ain't doing the cleaning, man. This is proof again that this is by the book. This is the living Gudicha temple. You're the living Gudicha temple here. We are. See? And the Lord is with us. And the devotees are with us. So there's a lot of cleaning going on here, a lot of housework. And it's fun, isn't it? Well, it depends on what stage you're in, but yeah, go ahead. How about you, River? You read a little bit. You got the chapter up?
Verse 7, Yamuna. Verse 7.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So 7 and 8. Thank you. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, for a moment. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu called all his devotees together and, holding them by the hand, humbly informed them, "You are all more dear to me than my life." I can give up my life, but to give you up is difficult for it's difficult for me. You are all my friends, and you have properly executed properly execute the duties of friends.
See, see, you're all my friends. See, everything the Lord says, so beautiful, so transcendentally true. See, you're all my friends. See, he has accepted those devotees as his friends. That's why you come here. You're accepted by the Lord as his friend so easily. See, when you come here, I offer, just like Nartam offers the devotees at the feet of the Lord. Please accept. This person is trying. This person likes what we do. You offer him at the feet of the Lord, and he accepts your friendship. See? Yeah, he accepts to be your friend and your helper. See, because by those who have equal faith in Guru and Krishna, the purports of the Vedas are revealed automatically. The purports of the Vedas, the essence of the Vedas, is the Lord and the truths about the Lord, the confidential. They may believe in Krishna. They may believe in Krishna, but they don't believe in the real Guru. Not really. That's why you see Prabhupada hid that part of himself that was a real devotee. I mean, really hid it. And Bhaktisiddhanta also, and Bhakti Vinod didn't express it. See? But that part is being expressed now, and to show that they didn't really know Prabhupada. Because if they did, they'd know this, right? Wouldn't they? They would know, well, my devotee was an ecstatic devotee. Prabhupada was ecstatic. This is what it looks like. Because my guru showed all these beautiful symptoms, but they don't know. See, but now is the time. See, this is proof that we're in the real line, because that ecstatic current that runs through the line is being expressed now. See, it's not just, you know how a river sometimes goes underground. It's still there, right? It's still flowing, but you don't see it. But there's a point in that river, it comes to the surface. See, it's coming to the surface now. Now people see the river of bhakti, the river of devotion. See, and those who become convinced, oh wow, it's a real river. Let's jump in it and cool down. Let's get washed. Let's take our bath there. Hey, you can't do it when it's underground, right? Where's the water? It's down, it's underneath, submerged. That was like the bhakti of Prabhupada being submerged, Bhakti Siddhanta, Bhakti Vinod, underground, in their home, in their closets, in their private quarters, underground, secret. Coming up. See, this is the great mercy of Lord Caitanya and his real devotees. What if I was not willing to do this? What if I said, no, Prabhupada, I'm not going to follow your order. I'm just going to keep it underground. I'm just going to stay in my room and chant. I don't want to bring this publicly. It's too confidential, right? Like they've been saying. Would that be ideal, really? Or just trust the order? See, so by trusting the order and just bringing this river up, allowing it to flow up into the awareness, into the public's eye, so many beautiful things are happening. See, so much bhakti is being released, and more. As the more we relish it together, the more it comes. The more realizations, the more understanding, the more ecstasy. See? And this will go on forever. While we're here, the river is not underground. See? It's flowing upward into the awareness of others. Just like it flowed upward in us, right? The river flowed. You felt it, some of you. The river flowed up inside you. See? Up into your heart, into your mind. See? And flowing out now. Just like like it's a hood over you. That's your protector, protecting you. It's the Anantasesha, the hood. See, it protects you from the Maya. That's what I feel a lot of times when I'm chanting. Even now, as I'm thinking, I feel it coming up the spine. See? Yeah, this is the glorious path. This is it, man. This is the finishing work. This is very rare. After we're here, who knows? It may continue with the proper disciples if they some of the younger ones, they're still, let's see if they do it. They may deviate. They may just spend their time just making money and all that stuff and forget about this. Depends on the will of the Lord. Hopefully some younger people will see how valuable this is and stay here and realize that value for themselves. In every lifetime you get this opportunity. Can you imagine Jesus is around and you're thinking like, oh, I'm sorry, Jesus, I don't think I want to follow you. I think we're going to go and I want to make a big living here, make a lot of money, and do all these things. Is that really intelligent when such an opportunity is there? Look at the ones who stayed with Jesus. They became saints, literally. And the ones who, they just got a few seeds, and it was more lifetimes for them, they come back and who knows where they are now. But we know where St. Paul is, right? St. Peter is. Why? They got Jesus' association and stuck with him. You think it's any different now? More than what Jesus brought is here and available. More knowledge, more understanding of the kingdom, more ecstatic, more understanding this ecstatic love and its glory. Look at these wonderful pastimes we unlock every day. They're all pictures that are hidden from all these Vaidis. None of these gurus understand what we understand. They don't even care about it. That shows you how low that is, how small that is, how insignificant those paths are, how in the words, not my words, but I'll take them on. The words of Prabodhananda, following all these useless paths now. They're all useless compared to this path. Yeah, let's compare it, man. Let's compare a diamond here that we have and less, pieces of glass. Why wouldn't you want the valuable diamond? Because it's here, man. We brought it up from the surface. We reached down in the ground and brought up the diamonds. We got the gold, bringing it up to the surface, man. Yeah, well, you're still a fool if you don't want this. I don't care if you're a guru or a follower of guru. You could drop all of that, man, and you'll please Krishna. It's only your speculation. Like, well, I'm never going to leave my guru because I love him. Yeah, what do you love about him, man? What has he done for you, really? If he hasn't brought you the treasure of love of God, and he's adverse to what we're doing, drop him like a hot potato, man. You'll please Krishna. Or you're a guru, man, drop your big false ego and accept the gift of love of Krishna and become a real guru. Can you imagine? All these idols walking around, wannabe gurus and all that stuff, and they're corrupted, most of them. They're like the Vatican. God, the stories I hear. Whew. Yeah, any of them. You can come here and become a real guru. You'll deliver your disciples. I don't want your disciples. How about you deliver them? Otherwise, they just in a dark place with you, man. Go around and say, oh, this guru is so exalted. What's it? Well, he has a lot of followers. Can you see the difference in standard? He's got a lot of followers as his qualifications. Hitler had a lot of followers. Does that make him qualified to listen to? Yeah. Oh, well, he's got the votes of the GBC. Well, the GBC, the clerks, the managers, are they really self-realized or enlightened? Yeah, see? People look at that. Oh, don't come here. Gaur Haridas is not qualified. See, he's got a t-shirt on. See, he's not qualified. He doesn't have any tilak on. See, all external. Everything you could say, would you disqualify me as external, right? Wouldn't it be better to look, oh, Gaur Haridas, it must be qualified because people are getting ecstatic devotion here, just like you read in the scriptures. Well, I would say that's the qualification. Wow, look at these classes every day, the deepest knowledge that not even these gurus can recite even in dreams. Look at people sticking with them 6 years and have tremendous bhakti growing. Look at people being inspired in a way of none others, smiling and happy in doing devotional service in a natural way. See, but people don't look at that. They're looking externally. See? I look internally and I teach about how to see internally. See, that's where the real eyes are. See, real eyes. Real eyes, real eyes, real eyes, realization. That's what we need, huh? Yeah. See, truth, 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 truth. A hammer of truth, Thor's hammer. You think Thor's hammer is powerful. Truth is more powerful. Truth, Thor's hammer cannot set souls free from the cycle of birth and death, but this truth can. Anybody who believes these words are very true, checkable in the experience of the witnesses, as well as the scriptures, these wonderful books of Prabhupada and the Goswamis, all checkable there. See? You'll be so blessed, man. You'll be free. You'll kick that you'll be Bhagavad Gita 1865, 66 in person, yourself being a real disciple. You kick that ladder, abandon all varieties of religion, and take shelter of Satchidananda, the truth. Even though it shakes you to the core sometimes. The severity part, snip, 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 cut, cut, cut. To make you more free and more bhakti. Steal some of your clothing of the false ego. Just rips that off sometimes. Like, what are you doing, man? Just, Krishna has his ways. Nobody wants to hear that they are on a useless path. Isn't everybody where one is supposed to be as part of their journey? We can't drag everybody here. Yeah, but you see, Lord Caitanya, okay, everybody is where they are, right? But I'm not going to stop preaching like this. Many are called and a few are chosen. The ones who think, oh, wow, that's a message I wanted to hear. If you're less intelligent, you'll think, I love my path. I love my useless path. See, what does useless mean? Many lifetimes. See? So somebody, whoever hears and believes these words, which are very true, you go ahead, Lalita, what?
Part of this part and pleasing the Lord is preaching about his part.
Oh, go
He's
ahead.
preaching about it. So this is our joy. This is how we please him by glorifying this part, the highest one. If they all want to stay on a lower part, it's okay. But let's preach, let's glorify this, because this is how we please him. This is why we are doing it.
Yeah, you see, Lord Caitanya taught this. See, a lot of people misunderstand. They teach what's not really pleasing to the Lord. They think that it's like the mode of goodness type level. A person speaks words that are only pleasing. See, that's mode of goodness. And they think, you see, Bhagavad Gita says it. But that's not the teaching of Lord Caitanya. Lord Caitanya chastised Murari Gupta for being tolerating and going, well, everybody is following. All paths lie upon Krishna like pearls on a string. He would go with Mayavadis and say, oh, very good, you're on God's path. And then he'd go with these other philosophy Buddhists, and they go, oh, yeah, you're on God's path, but I'm a devotee, you see. And the Buddhists would be preaching, right? They preach their path is the best, right? Or their path is their path. And the Mayavadis would preach their thing, and they're preaching their thing. And Murari was this, oh yeah, just respect everybody's path, respect. And Lord Caitanya said, what? I came here to teach the highest thing. I came to teach the most amazing path. And you're just Bhagavad Gita-ing it, that level. And not preaching vigorously bhakti as the most glorious path. Well, I won't see you for 10 million lifetimes. I'll come and give you the darshan. So the Lord wanted this to be preached. That's why I'm preaching like this. I could just say, oh, very good, you Mayavadi, you're on God's path like a pearl on a string. Oh yeah, you fruitive workers are on the fruitive path on like pearls on a string, right? I don't need to discriminate, and say, well, that's fruitive activity like the Vedas do. I don't have to teach Bhagavatam. This is all Bhagavatam. Oh, that's fruitive work. That's Mayavadi. That's false guru. That's false prophet. See? Oh, yeah, that's not the real standard of devotion. I just can tolerate their speculations, their being idols, not really, putting people on the slow path of many lifetimes. Oh, yeah, Narayan Raj is okay because he's on the path, right? He says, that you attain Krishna by austerities and renunciation and all of that, and you don't get prema in this life, because we don't preach anything about the mercy and possibility of you getting ecstatic love of God or prema bhakti in this life. No, that's okay path to follow. Gohar, you shouldn't say anything. Don't give anybody a chance to even understand that this is the real path, right? Staring those people right in the face. Could you imagine if Jesus kept his mouth shut and didn't say, this Pharisees is not the right path? They still have the viper thing in them. They're still speculating. You think Jesus would be around? In other words, God was pleased that preaching was there because it made distinction. Oh, let me not follow the Pharisees. Let me follow Jesus. Whoever did that became saints. Oh, isn't it funny? The same opportunity here. Don't follow these Brahmins who are looking for the high seats in Vaishnavism, the high seats and the feet washing and to be honored and to be big gurus. And don't follow them. Just like Jesus said, don't follow Pharisees. No, don't follow them. Okay? Follow the devotees who have real bhakti and prove it, man. And it's proven in the scriptures. It's proven in their experience. It's proven in the transmission. Follow them. It is the greatest path. It's the quickest path. You'll get out of the samsara like that.
It's the sword of the truth.
Yeah. And if you don't like it, go follow the slow path. What can be done? I shake my feet. Little dust I got. Okay. Keep it. But I'm preaching this. I'm telling you, I'm declaring there's no cloak for your sin out there, Radhanath and Jaipataka. I ain't afraid to speak the truth. The truth will set you free even if you want it. You ain't qualified, Jaipataka. Radhanath, you can't deliver your disciples. Prove it. Prove that you got prema bhakti. That's the deliverer. That's Prabhupada's books. That's real guru. That's a real devotee Bhagavat. They preach the real Bhagavat, the real book Bhagavat. And people get delivered, what? Krishna in their heart and love for that baby, that transcendental baby. You don't prove that you can do that, so you're not real guru. You're a very low standard teacher. Teachers. Prove me wrong. Come here, chant with us. You can't do that because you're bogus, man. You're bogey. Boogaloo. Boo. See all those words. Boo, boogaloo, bogey. Bogey yogi. Don't tell me you're a guru and you have no ecstatic love. You're not a very good one. You could be better. You want to be better? Or you want to stay like you are? Give all these false hope and false promises. You're blind. Without devotion, you're blind. You don't understand this. You don't understand the essence of scriptures. Only if you can chant the holy name. Don't we prove we chant Hare Krishna mantra that God has blessed us because we have ecstatic symptoms, many of us? If you can't do that, what kind of guru in the Hare Krishna movement are you really when this standard is here? What is your false humility like this? No, let's see some tears, man. Let's see some ecstasy. Let's see God's proof, not your Dodi proof, not your rubber stamp proof of the GBC that you're guru. Let's see God's proof, man. Isn't that better to have God's proof? They don't know what God's proof is. Well, I'm here to teach you what God's proof is. God's proof is, yes, it's correct. If you transmit devotion to others, that means you're bona fide, man. Otherwise, you're bonehead. You want to be bona fide or a bonehead? He's not got very much smarts yet. Yeah, if you don't want devotion, what kind of guru are you, man? You don't want devotion. This is a path of spiritual greed that Lord Caitanya taught, and we're teaching again. This message is for you out there. Uncle Krishna wants you if you're a real devotee. Do you want to come to Vrindavan? Here's the door, man. Come on in. No, No, we don't believe you go Haridas. Our gurus say you're a Sahaja because you cry for Krishna. And we know gurus are not supposed to cry. That's the example we follow. The gurus, they don't cry for Krishna. Crying is Sahaja. Crying is Maya. Oh, you enjoy chanting the Hare Krishna mantra. And our gurus say that's wrong. You should not be happy chanting. You should look like this. Whoa. You should be froggish in your chanting. You should croak like a frog when you give Bhagavatam class, right? You should have this tumultuous croaking like frog when you give a class on. Isn't that the real truth taught by Krishnadas Kaviraj in the 8th chapter of Adi Lila? Those who do not believe in the mercy of the Panchatattva to deliver prema even in this life are like the tumultuous croaking of frogs in their discourses. They don't believe in the mercy of the Panchatattva. Do we? Do we actually preach the mercy of the Panchatattva? Do we actually transmit the mercy? If you believe in these words, man, you're going to get it. Okay, what is River? What does Amy say? Can you read?
Oh. Okay, I don't know if this one's been read. As you deliver Bhakti Lata Beach, this is the definition of Guru. To be able to plant the seed of attraction, of love, of God, and then water the seed and have it grow and grow, transcending the material realm.
You see the proof of understanding properly? This is Siddhantic. This is devotee Bhagavat. This is a person who listens attentively. See? Conclusive. This is what the book says. This is what these gurus don't preach because they can't plant the Bhakti Lata Bees because it's not in them. It has to be in you and has to fructify to the level of love of Krishna. Otherwise, and that is proof that a person who has no experience in Vaishnavism has not followed all these rules and regulations and did all these things in ISKCON for 20, 40, 50 years as a guru or as a follower of guru. But she gets it and they don't, because she came to the place where it's bona fide, where you got the book preached, the real book as it is, by a devotee Bhagavat authorized by God, by the disciplic line. Therefore, the result comes quickly. And they're still 40, 50 years, and they don't have such results of those realizations. Do you see the difference? People must know the difference. This will kick in your intelligence. You wonder, what the hell am I spinning my wheels in a sand trap for? Why do I want to take many lifetimes? This lady's going back to Godhead in this life, giving symptoms of that. Being able to relish ecstatic devotion. Fanny also like that. Thank you for your service of following the real path. You see, you want to do service, follow the real path. Listen attentively. Here, if you can't do that, then work for Krishna. Do some service for Krishna. See, some people, they don't listen attentively, and they don't want to serve much for Krishna. See? You got to do something, man. Otherwise, you'll drift off into some weed or some other association. Do you want to be a drifter? You can tell people are drifters here. I'm trying to help you, drifters. Stop drifting. Put your anchor down. Here. Become grounded in this. Listen attentively. See that, doing that, hearing and serving and all that, it all will be well. See, even by listening, like Amy, yeah, she listens attentively, really attentively, and therefore the result comes. Even by hearing, but some people can't really do that. They got too much stuff going on, and so do some service and all that, and then you'll come to the point of attentive hearing. Matter of fact, you'll be blissful in your service. Otherwise, you'll just drift and be spaced out. Yeah. So we're trying to make a way for everybody practical so that you can make progress here. I feel innocent, but how can I know I am innocent? He feels innocent. Okay, what does Freddie say? Nobody wants to hear that they are on a useless path. Okay, I feel innocent. Yeah, again, you see, it's not really clear. What is it? Does anybody understand what he means? I feel innocent.
Who said that, Maharaj?
Tom,
Tom said that.
can you explain, Tom? Just try to be straightforward. I feel innocent. Innocent about what? What are you innocent about? Are you not guilty? Are you saying I'm not guilty? Guilty as charged? Here he goes. Okay. All right, let's hear it from the horse's mouth. Okay, Tom, you're on, man. What do you feel innocent about?
Well, let me. Yeah.
It's nice to see you shaved up. That's good.
Thank you. My point is, someone can feel innocent, but still, it doesn't need to be true. Yeah, one can feel innocent, but how can one or me be sure that he's on the right path, that he is, yeah.
So you're saying innocent, like you feel that you're innocent, that what I'm saying maybe is not applied to you, is not
Yeah,
really.
yeah, like I feel this shoe doesn't fit me, and I feel innocent.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah, yeah. So you want to see how can you realize that it's really true that you're innocent and not
Yeah,
fooling
yeah.
yourself.
Like I feel that this shoe doesn't fit me, but is it really true what I feel?
Well, that's good. I like that. That's honest. Inquiring. Thank you. It's good. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. So how can you know? Well, the Lord will help. You know, let's see how things pan out. So let me ask you, do you listen attentively usually? Yeah? Okay. Has it always been so or just recently?
It's up and down. Sometimes I feel tired. Yeah, that's one. I think it's not that it's not communicating with me. Yeah, it's not applying to me. That it's not my shoe, my thing, and then I become less attentive.
Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah. So like, but that when we're speaking Hari Katha, you know, like talking about Krishna and all that, do you feel
Yeah.
tired sometimes like that? And that's what, is that
I
why
think
you,
never.
never. Well, is it why you go into, because sometimes we're speaking, you're also, you know, giving, probably searching the scriptures and, you know, to me, it seems like you miss a lot doing that, you know, like, you know, looking for quotes.
Yeah, but I don't feel like that. I feel I'm very attentive and I'm innocent and I'm listening really deep and more deep and more deep.
Really?
And looking and inquiring from different edges, from the edges from from devotees, from maybe all devotees. If I want to inquire, I I'm going to listen to Lalita and Johan and Freddie and Amy and Fanny. I inquire from very many sides.
Aha. So is that, what do you think, Lolita? Because you have experience with what he's saying. Is that true, or your experience? Or?
Tom doesn't inquire much to me anymore at the last time, but yeah, that's not a problem for me, of course. What I see is that a lot of times he writes things in class that have nothing to do with what you are preaching now. So I have the idea that he's on another side, that he has his own agenda or program. It's not really, instead of just staying at this deep thing that you are saying. Certainly, he quotes a verse of Srila Prabhupada that I said, oh, where is this coming from now? That's my experience.
Yeah, but that means that we are not on the same page in the song in the same position at that particular moment. Yes, I'm looking at the big picture from another point of view. We are not
That's
on
just the
the same
problem.
page.
That is the problem.
Yes, that's what I say. For me, it's not a problem. For me, it's just another point of view, another perspective.
But we absorb the point of view of Krishna through what Guru Maharaj is saying. So stay there, stay in that environment. And don't go, oh, I have another point of view. No, 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 no. This is so condensed. Stay close.
Yeah, from your point of view, it looks like that. Yeah. And from Srila Garidas' point of view, it looks like that.
Interesting. Well, we'll continue watching this and see what happens. Gradually, everything get clear. Okay, read on there a little bit. Thank you there, everybody, for your feedback.
Okay. Okay, 7 or 8. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu called all his devotees together. Holding them by the hand, humbly informed them, you are all more dear to me than my life. I can give up my life, but to give up you is difficult for me. You are all my friends, and you have properly executed the duties of friends by bringing me here to Jagannath Puri.
See,
And giving
okay, again, see how the Lord is, he's showing his nature and what he likes. See, if you're really a friend of the Lord, see, you will please the Lord, because that's the whole point, is to learn how to please the Lord. So the Lord is saying, well, this is proper execution of friends. You brought me here to Jagannath Puri. Yeah, even on that level, I remember I would, every time I go to Vrindavan, if I just go to Vrindavan and everything, I feel this happiness, like, wow, thank you for bringing me here. Like I brought the Lord there, because that's what we do. We're temples. That's what we are. We're here to make the Lord happy, make the Lord happy. He likes to go to holy places. That's why that's part of the purification. But he also likes to come to Sadhu Sangha, even more so. See, so if you want to do proper duties of friends, you bring him to his ecstatic devotees, the most ecstatic devotees. You see, weren't those his friends? Weren't they intimate friends? Didn't he take their hands? See, that's ecstatic devotees. He takes our hands and leads us. He is the power in the devotees. See, so the proper execution, if you come here, If you can understand what I'm saying, I'm telling you what the Lord likes. I know from experience, many of you know. By coming here, the Lord is so happy. He reveals things confidentially here to you. He reveals how important devotees are to him. And then, therefore, you see how important they are to you. That's the realization. What he knows, you begin to know. And that means you become realize you cut through the Maya. The Maya is always trying to hide you. He's always trying to hide Krishna. He's always trying to take you away from the Lord, to put you more in darkness, to take you to gurus who have not realized him. See, that's Maya misdirecting you. See, when you come to where the Lord has given the mercy of this devotion, see, you're not being cheated now. The Lord is very happy if you stay around here and get purified, snip, snip, a little bit of snip, snip, cut, cut. You know, you'll realize, oh, wow, this is I'm feeling life in these words. These words, see, that's like, see, remember Jesus had 60 disciples or so, you know, at first. And some were really sincere. They really listened and they felt the life of the word coming from Jesus, who was empowered by the true Lord. See, and then 50 of them or so left. And they said, you know, whoa, we don't believe in his word anymore. Let us go off, listen to some other word, or listen to our own minds. And there's the 12, you know, they said, he said, why are you staying? Why don't you go with them? See, that's how detached a devotee is. Even Prabhupada, he's ready to give up ISKCON. He was sitting in his room. He saw how controlling the disciples were. They even wanted to control him. He said, here's ISKCON. I'm going to go to Radha Damodar again and do bhajan. I don't want this. That's when they changed a little. They're lucky, you know, because they locked him in his room and everything. He said, what kind of disciples are you? I don't want you, man. I'm going back to Radha Damodar. That's a real devotee. If it turned like that here, I would say the same thing. What kind of disciples are you? You know, I'll just go do my bhajan. It's, you know, I don't want a bunch of bad apples that don't want to change. Cut, cut, snip, snip. You ever see those vines, you know, that are so thick and you try to cut them with some pruning shears, you can't even cut through them? If it ever gets like that, forget it, man. I give up the gardening. I'll just go garden in my own garden. Yeah. But it's not like that here. You know, everybody is getting enthusiastic about what's going on here. Yeah. What was my point? I was kind of. Is anybody?
It's about hearing. Well, it was about Tom, who said that he was innocent and that he was really hearing like it is. You were talking about deeply hearing and stay at.
Yeah, there was something after that, though.
Oh, yeah, well, you were coming back on it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, anyway, whatever. Okay, read on. Let's see what we got.
Isn't it about the way Lord Caitanya treats his devotees, his relationship with his devotees?
Oh, yeah. That
closeness that he has.
Yeah, that closeness. See, and bringing proper. See, when you come to Sadhu Sangha, even though you don't understand the full extent, it'll get more clear how important it is here. That's why we're here 6 years together, practically every day, most of us, that are getting this. It's only those who don't come sufficiently. They don't know its value. How this trumps everything. You know, and not that you have to come all the time, you know, but you know, just regularly. You notice like Fani is coming more often now, and Noodles even, because they're realizing the value of it. Because it does. It'll make things easier in your life. Don't you want? People think, no, I'm too busy to do that. But it'll make all that stuff you're doing so much easier. Otherwise, the easy things become harder, much less the hard things. Otherwise, with this, with this pleasing the Lord. You get the pleasure of the Lord. The Lord says, oh, let me help you in your day. You know, let me make a way for you. Let me be close to you, even in your busy in your work. I mean, this is what the Lord's teaching in these things. See, your duties as friend, the duty is, especially when you hear this Raganuga path, these intimate pastimes of the Lord, your duty, it says right there in chapter 4 of Adi Leela, confirmed. You know, your duty, once you hear the confidential pastimes of the Lord, is to continue serving the Lord in this hearing process and chanting process in association regularly with devotees. Otherwise, that's abandonment of duty. See? And when you abandon this duty, what happens? Okay, you're thrown back into the duty like Mahavirya, my ex-wife, and Mamina. The duty of the hard work of rules, regulations is like being put on a chain gang again, you know, imprisoned by the rules, regulations, because you refuse to follow the path taught by Lord Caitanya that I'm teaching. I'm here to teach his path as it is. If you refuse to cultivate this and get purified, then you're thrown back on the Vaidhi level. Isn't that? Meena, Vaidhi again, right? Mahavirya, Vaidhi again. My ex-wife, Vaidhi again. Isn't it funny? All right. Let's see. Radhe takes a risk here. What do you got to say, Radhe? Unmute your mic.
I had a realization on my
Let's hear
own
it.
level. So I was thinking, you know, in the Ramayana, Ram was, how to say, in the Ramayana, Sita was in this circle. So, but there was this deer, and he was a demon. So Ram went after the deer, and then, what I want to say was, the circle, you know, Sita was protected in the circle. And Lakshman said, you don't go out of this circle. But then Ravana came, and he took Sita out of this circle. But I feel that in this Sangha, we are also in this circle with you. You see, as long as we are in this safe circle and we are not, you know, with these false gurus and we stay in this circle with you, we are safe. You see? Yeah. That's my realization for the last 3 days. You know, I'm thinking about it every day on my post tour, and I think, thank you, Gorahari. You know, we are in this safe circle, thanks to you.
Yeah, that's the esoteric truth. See, that pastime is a picture of the truth. See, as it is. See, and it's not that Ravana forced her out of the circle.
No.
See, Maya tricks you out of the circle. See, he disguised himself as an authority over Lakshman. See, Lakshman represents the real intimate devotee, the real spiritual master. And he says, stay in the circle. She listened to a Brahmin who was actually a demon disguised as a Brahmin. And in Kali Yuga, there are a lot like that. A lot of those so-called gurus might be. But even if they're a Brahmin, if you listen to a Vaishnava empowered by the transcendental Lord is better, and you're in that circle of protection. The Brahmins can't teach, they cannot protect you like a real Vaishnava, a real enlightened, empowered devotee with the transcendental potency. That's the moral of the story. Yeah.
You know, to be honest, it's like I told Lalita, So I was thinking 3 days. How can I tell you? And you say it in 3 seconds.
Yeah. So that's the essence is all these stories are the conclusive truth and how to understand so many things, about the confidential truth about the kingdom of God, the eternal kingdom of God, the path to it. See? And so if the word of the devotee is the circle of protection, see, because the word, if it's true, the true word of God, like they say, the scriptures is the word of Krishna, right? Well, it comes only from his intimate devotees. They're the clearest, they're the most logical, they have the deepest understanding and real transcendental knowledge. No one else, really. You got to listen to them. If you do, you got the word of God, you got the protection of the Lord that comes through his real devotees. Okay? If you listen to Brahmins, maybe you'll get a little protection from their speculations on the Vedas, but they're not experienced devotees yet. See, they're not. Let's I have to change this thing here. Yeah, they're not experienced of the transcendental potency, so they cannot help you very well. See, most of the world, you know what the cowherd boys called the Brahmins? Oh, ye earthly gods. See, people worship usually people that have, like Brahminical intelligence, the ministers, the sannyasis in the varnashram system. They're still kind of that level. They worship them, they believe in them, they follow them, but they can't give you that much protection.
You give me protection.
Yeah. The empowered devotees by the transcendental potency can. Go ahead, Tom. What?
Yeah, I feel in this pastime, in this story, that attraction, that propension to go out and serve that Brahman is it has the quality of the mode of goodness. Yes, to people please, to and that mode of goodness is not conclusive and is not the real protection, but it has a certain attraction, and to fall in to go for that is getting you out of this conclusive service, this conclusive path.
What attracts you, Tom?
The attraction of the qualities of the mode of goodness. That Brahmana was like, yeah, I cannot resist that attraction, because it's um, but it's on the level of the mode of goodness to help that Brahman to go and follow that Brahman out of
Are
the
you, are
circle.
you, are you, yeah. Well,
Are you
yeah,
sure
it's,
it's on the
that's not a clear thing. Yeah, the mode of goodness. Yeah, the order of Lakshman, because he's the one who protects real bhakti. That's the thing. And so you got to listen to those, like on this level, this preaching is the ecstatic level. It's all about real bhakti, and there's certain ways to protect it. You got to have that deep level of understanding that only the Lord and his intimate devotees know.
It,
That's
it,
where it's cultivated and cultured and grows.
for me, it's very important to distinguish these priorities. Yeah, follow the mode of goodness or pure goodness. Yes, and to distinguish those two, especially those two. Yeah, shall I
Yeah,
follow that Brahman? Um, and it still had some because I'm in this habit. I'm taught to follow the mode of goodness. Yeah, by the school, by the study, by my parents, material parents, by the everyone who says who is around, by the government. You should people please. You should not harm any living being, and all those rules and regulations coming from the mode of goodness, and they are
Pushing them
very
all behind.
they stamped into they repeatedly ordered me, you must be like this, you must be like this, yeah. So there's a huge it's a huge burden. It's a heavy load to get rid of that, to purify from that.
Well, that's why I say you hear. It's all hearing thing. If your God is the mode of goodness, that you'll have a speaker in the mode of goodness, and that's your God. You follow directions from your God, the speaker. See, so it's speaker. What are you listening to, man? If you listen to the words of real devotees who have real bhakti, you're going to get these deeper teachings, these teachings that bring you as close to the Lord as they are. That's the whole purpose. So, yeah, so that's the idea. If Sita would have listened to Lakshman, she would have stayed protected. But because she was coaxed by another teacher, another speaker, who had duplicity and was not really purified intelligence, she believed in that and came out of the circle. See, Maya can only coax you out. She can't force you out, really. Even the demons, even they know this. They follow the rules. You didn't have to get this here. See, nobody had to get this, really. I mean, well, you couldn't travel if you didn't get it, right? Well, that didn't force you. You just say, well, I didn't want to travel. I don't want to put that in my heart, you know. You could have said that, but well, you can't work. Well, I guess I have to fast and depend on, you know, you could have did that. Nobody forced anybody. And, you know, Trudeau, afterwards, he said, oh, we didn't force anybody to get it. And everybody said, no, you forced it. No, he was right. He didn't force anybody. You didn't have to do that. You just did it. And then after a while, you didn't have to do that. See, they won't go back. We just said what we said. And you guys decided. You chose because you wanted to travel more than doing that. You believed in our, you know, lies and all of that.
Yeah, so some of them they chose to lose their job, and they chose not to
Yeah, they
travel.
chose. Yeah, they chose.
So
And they're, yeah, and everybody I hear is so happy they did now. See, and I warned Rade, I warned Pani, and they always said this, you know, and she just went, "Ooh." And also I told them, don't do it, but they did it. So see, they listened to some other advice, either their own minds or somebody else. See, they didn't believe. See, so that's an example, practical example. And you'll see, I'm right. I'm not lying to you. I don't have the wrong opinion. This is the real opinion. I know their motives. I know they're lying. I know they deceive people. I know it like everything in my bone. If anybody has any disagreement there, you're just, my opinion, what I see, you're just bamboozled by the government. You're just brainwashed or programmed or weak. Couldn't believe it. I told Roddy she didn't even have to do it. She did it. See, like nothing. Oh yeah, let me put that poison in my arm. No problem. You know?
Was that good news?
Yeah, I told you, man. I told a lot of people. But that shows you the power of this being coaxed out, the circle. You can ask Lalita how many of she did. Wow, another one of my clients or her clients, you know, so many. I'm at 4 or 5 already in the last 2 years. Where's that from? Oh, no, nothing to see here. No coincidences.
4 in 1 week.
4 in 1 week.
4 in 1 week. I got a message one
And they
after
all,
from my colleagues.
yeah.
I don't think Lalita likes me.
Yeah, anyway, you know, this is all.
No. Anyway, I said some stupid things, but it's great. I'm listening to you every day, and it's great.
No, I'm just making the point. You get coaxed out of the circle, see, by something. You know, and usually it's a leader. You think, well, you know, the doctor says it's okay, you know, I'll believe them. And a lot of them have been they're either afraid not to do that, or they lie, or they've been bought, you know. So, and you believe them. But, you know, they're fallible soldiers. They cannot really protect you now, especially now in the last few years, because, you know, so, but the Lord protects his real devotees. So if you listen to them, you'll get protection even on that level. Okay. See, Govinda listened, Lalita listened, River listened.
Maharaj, you know, it's like always, it's who you associate with.
Yeah.
Because I associated with the hospital people, so I'm a little bit conditioned with what they've been saying to me.
Yeah.
However, associating with yourself and absolute truth has given me that strength, because I'm still hearing them saying all of that stuff.
Yeah.
But your words were much more powerful, and I was able to stay in that power, in that shelter. Because if you keep listening to them, you're going to get scared and you get coaxed into it, because you're frightened. So you kind of get a bit coaxed into it. But here now, I've been learning to stay under your words and not listen to theirs, really.
Yeah.
And I've had the transition of absolute truth. Conclusive words are so much stronger than what they have to say. And it actually helps you take shelter while you have to listen to their words and still make that decision of not taking it.
Yeah.
But they're going to do anything to try and coax us to.
Well, that's why I've been really emphatic. Matter of fact, if you guys see, a lot of you didn't get the telegram that I told you to get and other things. So you know, because I can give you so many of the evidences and everything that they've been hiding, you know, that they want to things. So most people just get mainstream, or you're not really interested to know these things. But a certain amount of knowledge is important to make decisions. Otherwise, you think, oh, well, it's okay, you know, because you'll hear something. If you don't hear me and the real evidence is the real clear truth, the critical thinking, you're going to hear the bullshit thinking, you know, because it's all out there. You can't help not hear. You walk down the street and somebody say, oh, you know, we're going down to the place there to get our thing. It's really good. They're giving donuts. You know, we can get a free donut, you know. I think Radhe probably got a donut or two or something to do it, you know. Maybe she did it for free. She didn't even need it. Oh, it's just everybody's doing it. Let's go down and do it, you know. Or you get the people on the street, this is what they get them. They put the mainstream program saying, you are not, what is it? You are putting people in danger. You are not, you know, that kind of stuff. You are a murderer for not doing that. You know, stuff like that affects you. You know, if you don't hear like Gaur Hari, you know, you know. And I say, hey, man, they're lying to you, man. They're just trying to make up any fib they can to get you to, that's why I inject you with Krishna consciousness, just right into your transcendental body.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yes.
And they have this tactics to make you feel guilty.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, all that
It's
stuff.
a very, very powerful one. Yes.
Yeah.
And I was meditating on that and focusing on that. Yes. And Johan, he told me, yes, but it's okay to feel guilty towards Krishna.
What?
Yeah, that's a deep one. Sorry.
Wow.
When you feel guilty and feel guilt-tripped in the relationship with Krishna, then it's okay. Yeah. There's nothing against that.
No. That's the old path.
What is that?
That's like, you know, people see if you, okay, this is what that translates to. You feel guilty towards Krishna is the Vaidhi path. You feel guilty, you know, that you didn't follow the rules and that's that level. But when you make progress, you feel you transcend that, and there's no, Krishna forgives that, the guilt of not being able to follow perfectly, because you get a higher path, a more sound path. Otherwise, you're following that path, which is Vaidhi Bhakti, is shame still is there, and guilt. If you don't follow perfectly and properly, the guilt is there and the shame. Oh, I heard it so many times. I'm so ashamed of myself. I just can't come up to the standard, and Krishna must hate me, and just, see, no. Yeah, that's the lesser thing, if you come into this shelter, you realize you transcend guilt. Noodles and Pani told me about this. They were saying that's what they liked about it. She felt guilty because she loved onions, and it says you can't worship Krishna unless you give up onions and stuff like that. They didn't finish their rounds and couldn't finish a round. Guilt, shame. I'm ashamed of myself. See, so that's their relationship. Because they can't come up to the standard. See? That's why the Lord eventually comes if you listen here. You follow, the Lord will be so pleased with you if you come from that guilt trip stuff and come here and be saved by the word, by the truths. This is the higher standard. This is the higher path. Anybody can follow this path. Look, people have a lot of problems in their mind and all this stuff and all that, but they come and take shelter and believe that, and they get realization. Like Radhe says, you got realization, you stay in the circle. That's a big realization. These gurus are not believing that. They don't believe they can come here and stay in this circle and be delivered and become happier and more progressed. That's how powerful it is here. You come and take to this path, you see and experience the pleasure of Krishna beyond the guilt. They didn't follow that leaves you. It's like you realize, it's all about the pleasure of Krishna. If you're on the other level of Vaidhi, the pleasure of Krishna is if you follow strictly the rules and regulations. If you don't come up to that standard, you feel, I'm not pleasing God. Daddy won't like me. I didn't come up to his expectations. See? So the Lord comes to give always the deeper message with Jesus, Lord Caitanya, and here again for the Vaishnavas, starting with them. No, you want Krishna's pleasure, just get your little butt in this circle here. And you'll feel, wow, I just got my little ass, sat in the little seat, turned the camera on, and I'm pleasing Krishna more than chanting 1 lakh that Narayan Raj told me to do and renounce and all these austerities and everything. I'm getting a better result just sitting on a couch and turning the friggin' camera on. What is the better result? Transcending the guilt of not measuring up. You'll never measure up, man. You can't be like, superstar. You'll be free of that. You'll feel like, wow, I'm just satisfying. I feel it in my heart. Satisfying Krishna, just being here. See, I'm telling you the truth, man. That's what Jesus taught. Those who believe in me and my preaching and teaching and all this, all their sins are forgiven. What are the Pharisees teaching? What are the Vaishnavas teaching? What was Narayan Raj teaching? Free yourself some sins by chanting 1 lakh and doing austerities and all of that, man. That ain't the real Bhagavatam. Never was and never will be. It's called sit your butt in front of a Shukadev Goswami. Be a Maharaj Parikshit, man. Be the wives of the Brahmins and go to ecstatic devotees. That is the Bhagavatam. And all you other speculators, get out of the way, because we're here to deliver people by the truth, by the real Bhagavatam truths. And the mercy of Lord Caitanya's teaching and his mercy of ecstatic devotion. You believe in these words, which are very true, all your guilt and shame will go. Try it, man. Otherwise, stay with your shame. That's a proof. Yeah, you're fearing. Oh, Prabhu, I don't want to commit an offense. I don't want to question my guru, man. I can't because they'll call me an offender and I'm not humble. You want to be that kind of devotee? Go to Radhanath, go to Jaipatak, go to these bogus persons who have no ecstatic devotion and cannot deliver your butt. All they can do is plug you.
Yeah.
You know, Johan. He's going to correct Tom. I know he's going to correct Tom. He's going to say,
Nee,
Tom,
yeah,
I didn't say that,
it was Tom saying, yeah, Johan said this about his guilt. I never said this. Because if you really heard my lecture this morning, Tom, this amazing love does not care about these things. Just like a mother, Lalita, she have a child, and if the child do some wee or caca when changing the diaper, no, she knows that child, so she will not come angry. But you know, it's easy sit, you know. Oh, Johan, and Johan, this, when it is not true, Tom.
Yeah, you
Sorry.
know, Lalita's level is wee and caca. My level
So,
is
yeah, but
much above.
you know, the problem is we listen to our amazing spiritual master Paramahansa, and also devotees, and still we make up some things in our mind that we think, oh, yeah, see, he said this, or he said that, and he said this, when in reality it is something else.
Uh-huh.
And then I find out more than once.
That happens. Yeah, it happens to me too. People say, yeah, but that's okay. We hash it out.
Oh, yeah, but I just want to say it.
Yeah, I'm glad you did. Yeah. It happened. We think we know and all that. Hey, somebody read Shamagori's comment there. It's a good one.
I cannot see it.
No, okay, I'll point. Lalita, read Shamagori's comment.
I cannot see it either, Guru Maharaj. It has been here
yeah,
But
yeah.
I
this-
don't,
in the
but
stream.
I
It's
don't
gone.
feel being adorated.
It's gone.
Okay.
But I don't feel being an ecstatic level. Either, although I listen to you every day, to you and others from our Sangha. What is that so? Why is that so, dear Gurudev?
All right. Yeah, great. That's a great, honest comment. Yeah. And because you're in the snip, cut phase. See, we got our choppers and spades here, and we're working together to cut away the jungle growth that's in the way of that, because there's a lot of things that you don't see yet, but you will. And one of it is the things that are in the way. And so that, because like now I've been listening to the devotees and they've been telling me because they went and saw you and they met with you and they heard from you. And I wasn't hearing all of these things, but now I see. And so what's in the way is being cleared now. See, and so it's not like you can just come here and take your baggage into the ecstatic realm. There's a certain point by hearing and by serving and by associating and getting the snip, cut, that enough is out of the way where ecstatic feelings will awaken more. So it's just about being patient, and I'm trying to understand. Is there anything that anybody feels they can contribute to Shamagori to help her become more ecstatic? Is anybody that know her, interacted with her more?
It will come on the right time. I said also, just go on reading, because if you read, you don't speculate, and that's a safety path. That just read what is in the books, and when the time is there, it will come also.
You mean probably chanting the verses, right?
Yeah, if you go live, you just speak of the verse. I said, it's perfect, go on. Because you not speculate, you don't interpret the words in your own way, and that is perfect, and it will come naturally.
Okay.
And I have a
Yeah.
suggestion also, and
Okay.
it'd be nice if this, because the book I sent you would be very nice. If you feel in your heart, it'd be lovely for me to hear this service. Read the book I sent you, transcribed of Guru Hari's class. The one I sent you, Botox Booty one. You remember when you was in that shop? It's a great class. That's at the end of the book. Yeah, so I'd like to hear that from you. I'd like to hear Guru's words. You know, and go back to that on the, just while I'm on, you know, I want to see Guru Hari's aphorisms out there. It's like, for me, when I see these big long things of Prabhupada in the class, and that's like, I just think, what would Prabhupada have said if devotees were doing that, quoting Bhakti Siddhanta when Prabhupada's giving class? I feel the same. It's the same. It's non-different. Give it up, man. Give it up. For what benefit is these big long things?
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, okay, that's good advice. Yeah, and I tell everybody, kind of get with our preaching here, not Prabhupada's preaching, because he's passed the baton over here. That's for the devotees. They're into that, and they're still meditating on the rules, regulations. So this is a good way to transcend that, is get into this preaching. You know, just pretend that you were a disciple of Prabhupada back then, 50 years ago. And then you're promoting the path that Prabhupada, your servant here. So, you know, here, this is called Shiksha. You become the servant of the Shiksha Guru now, if you want this path, because this path has different teachings. Could you put yourself at the time of Jesus? Okay? At the time of Jesus, people were serving Moses. That's what Moses was, right before Jesus was Moses. And the rules, the regulations, and they're trying to, and the Pharisees were there. Jesus comes. Could you imagine if the people, his followers, said, well, you know, Jesus, let's just promote Moses. Let's promote his teachings and not Jesus's teachings. Things would not have gotten on the Holy Spirit level. If you promote Prabhupada's teachings about building temples and distributing books and doing the rules and regulations and your fastings and your chanting 16 rounds and all that stuff, you're promoting the Vaidhi path. See? And his teaching about you should do this and you should do that. And you're not promoting what I'm promoting. I have all these things I've been saying in these things. It could be typed out. Say, oh, Gaur Haridas is teaching now, which is the extension of Prabhupada. The next level is, oh, come into Sadhu Sangha here. From ecstatic devotees, you know, go towards ecstatic devotees, not away from them. Don't call them sahajas. Come and listen to the deep teachings and all of that. That's what you need to be promoting. Otherwise, you're going to hear Prabhupada's quotes. You got Radhanath's New Age quotes. You know, got this other guru who teaches how to be a psychology Vaishnava. You know, and how to have good marriages with psychological counselings. All these alloys and mixtures. See, here we just cut to the chase. Come here, understand the essence of the absolute truth of Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, and Chaitanya Lila. The essence. Very quickly come to the ecstatic stage. Snip, snip, cut, cut. All these things in a way. Yeah, so that should be helpful there, Shamagori. You know, come and then you're meditating on ecstatic principles also. See, and then you'll start to realize them because it becomes your reality, ecstatic worship. See,
And
then you,
that,
yeah. Sorry, go ahead there. Go ahead.
That from experience of transcribing, very powerful, Shamagori, because I know you get deep into the word that Guru, you know, it's living. I feel you're here with me, Guru Hari, when I'm transcribing. So Shamagori, it will help you so much. It will elevate you more into the ecstatic consciousness of this Sangha. It will help you so much. Plus, I want to hear the class. I will come to your class. If you read Acharya Shri Guru Haridas's class, I'll come to the class. Otherwise, I'm not inspired in the same way. I want to hear my guru and you reading it. That's it, man.
Yeah.
Oh, I just share a little bit. It's great being here with John because he's given me a lot of ideas. He's got a background in printing, so he's helping me a lot. I mean, I'm not naive. He's a year clean. He's gone to give advice to somebody who's relapsed. So, but he's coming closer, and it could be really good. He's got experience in sound engineering, so there's a lot of avenues he's helping me with, and I'm really happy to see that you've got the Lita Ganga mix. So that'd be great, man. I'll message you later. Any way I can help you.
Yeah, great.
Wow, fun.
Swami Gauri said that she is now reading Chaitanya Bhagavat, and if then is finished, she will read your book that you sent.
Yeah, great. Okay, Lalita, any thing you want to contribute?
I can advise to her to take advice from ecstatic devotees who really gave you their time and their efforts to help you instead of revolting, but just accept, because it comes from Krishna. It's Krishna who's helping you. It really is.
Okay. Anything you want to share, Tom or River?
Yes, me. I feel there are two parallel paths. That is to get this realizations by yourself and to get it for others, to open it to others and to open it to yourself. And of course it's beneficial to first you have to do both, yes, to care for yourself and get into this consciousness and help others. And to open this, there are also modern techniques like I'm also thinking of that. With YouTube, you can make, there are certain programs you can make everything available in text. All the transcriptions of all the classes. You can also make it available by making a search
Yeah.
app. Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
I
Yeah.
type what did Gauraharidas say about Tom, and I get all the quotes automatically. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
We can make they are very recent new techniques about this.
Yes. Yes.
Also when there is a class, yes, we can make some things like here it starts. He starts with reading scriptures, yes, and here he stops with chanting. There can be there are certain techniques.
Yeah. No, okay. The details. Wait. You and Govinda discussed this because this could be helpful for Govinda. This is the Chat GPT stuff. It's amazing. It's actually like a technological miracle, right? And you can do stuff like that. So if you learn that together, and there's a good service for you, Tom, is to get all these writings or these spoken things and put them together, make aphorism, just serve like that intensely, and you'll get over this, thing level. And merging with things and being drifting here and drifting there. Get focused on that service. It'll help your hearing too. So that, because this is the process, man. By regular classes in Srimad Bhagavatam and by service to the devotee, all that's troublesome to the heart, all the Mayavadi stuff, all that stuff in there gets dissolved. And then really deep ecstatic devotion, that's the Bhaktilata Bij, awakens in the heart. And I mean, that's what this is all leading to. not just the rays and staying with the rays. You still can get bewildered. You start to think the ray, oh, now I'm gopi this and gopi that. No, you're not. You know, you will have the symptoms of being Bhakti Lata Bij, having that, like Govinda, like Johan, like Lalita, and even like River. You could see deep awakenings happen. And it'll be in your activities. It'll be how you present yourself. So do a lot of service like that, like you just mentioned there. That'll be your ticket, man. You're lucky to have that idea and that facility. And that, man, God, everything will go. You'll see people will come. They'll get the message. We're shouting from the rooftops now. We have everything, all ducks are in a row. The alignment is here. We have helpers here, you know, ecstatic devotees here, you know, and it'll be inspiring upon inspiring upon inspiring so many people. Johan, too, you know, he could increase his field of preaching, you know, where people will come instead of having just a few people sometimes, you know. So work on that. It'll be good. You know, be great because that.
I go live on Instagram. I go live on Facebook. I go live on Bigo. I'm live on Tango.
It's amazing. Yeah.
No, but one thing I want to say more when it's allowed.
Okay, go ahead. Yes, you have Tom's permission.
Some devotees, they were so much in long time in ISKCON. And it's not always easy for persons where they are in development to give this immediately up. So as long as they will stay here and they listen to you, this will automatically increase. And the ideas of also from Prabhupada, it will automatically going down.
Yeah.
But because they were so long there, they had so much friends and all these things, that it is normal that some, not everybody can do like Lalita or like Madit of like Govinda, like buff. Not everybody is there. So we should also learn from buff. Not everybody can handle this. This also that we should understand personally the Sangha. Not everybody's on the same level. So some persons, they maybe still have something, but if they stay here and they go on hearing, this will naturally increase. And another one will going down. But if you force on people, sometimes people cannot handle this.
Yeah. Well, we can't force them. We can't force anybody.
I feel this more than once. We start using still on more all this, yes. But not everybody can do this immediately. Some will take some more time than another person. Yeah. But if this person going on here, hearing, this is the most important. And if that person maybe sometimes does something, don't go so hard for these persons. It will come naturally.
Mm-hmm. So am I going too hard on somebody like Tom or something?
No, but sometimes we have to be hard because we have to show them that it's a choice. It's a choice for going with this or continuing in karma yoga with working. Yes, sometimes it's a hard message, but we have to bring it.
Yeah,
we are doing it. We're telling this. That's why I'm sitting. We have to see that a person stay here. And so long that this person still going on healing here, to Lalita, to me, automatic, it will increase. And the other thing will automatically decrease. But of for all the people, it is different with a purpose standing.
Yeah, but you can't see. What you're saying is true. And you can't force anybody to stay. That's why they come. And some people are coaxed out of the circle. It's just the destiny. What are you going to do? Go ahead, Lalita, what?
Yeah, well, if they ask for help, you just give them help. That's all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, it's always natural. It's like, I'm going to make you fishermen of men. This is the essence. You know, you fish, people come, and I tell them to just keep coming, come regularly, and a lot of people, or no, or it's up to destiny that they come or not, you know, and Just like, we coax them over here, Maya may coax them over there. And so whoever wins, and ultimately we just teach them truth. The truth is, if you continue to stay here, you'll gradually wake up more and more and more and see how amazing this is here. Okay? Still, I've told many people, they still do it the way they're going to do it, and just that's their free will. So yeah, you're right. And yeah. Hey, somebody read what Dustin says. He has a big, long thing. It starts with "I can relate" as well, Tom.
Okay, I can relate as well, Tom. I have a lot who helped me through my tough times. Almost a feeling of commitment to pay it forward. 1. 2. Do not turn back on those who helped me. It's being purified slowly, though. Now that awareness and I take the steps. I know it's not conclusive. That's probably most important part. After all, it's conclusive. I have a lot of purification and work still. There is a term for that. Guilt, shaming. If I look up definition, though it's manipulation. In definition, the guilt shaming is actually the one guilty of. By default. Proper
Yeah, see, okay, this guilt and shaming thing, Path, which that's the fault of following religion and the Vedas, because that's the fault in there, is the guilt and the shame, because you can't come up to the standard, and you never will, and you'll never perfect your bhakti. It's only to bring you to a certain point that you can't do it on your own, you need help, and then you come to the saviors. When the saviors come, they teach you the path like Jesus taught, that Lord Caitanya taught. Just take shelter of the ecstatic devotees, man. Stay in their association. That you can do if you want. But even people are so weak, they have a hard time doing that. Because Maya, they're weakened by Maya. This is what the teaching in Nectar Devotion is Prabhupada taught and Rupa Goswami taught, that the Maya has bitten us like a poisonous snake and put us in comas. See? And the counteracting that coma-like state is through the hearing process. By hearing the vibration and chanting amongst devotees in this healing atmosphere, you start to gradually come out of that coma. Okay? And gradually. So otherwise you go back and you listen to Maya, you go back into the coma.
And also,
Yeah,
this listening, if we put it in context, because listening is a service, but we're fortunate, the society, the times we live in with this tech. 50 years ago, they might have had to travel, and that might take up all the time to go and listen. But now listening's so easy. I feel service can be done, by us all on some level, and it will benefit if we can just put a little bit of service. Like Amy Rose, she's written these aphorisms out in her handwriting, which is very attractive. They are books waiting to be published. So devotees can do whatever service is in their nature, a little bit more than listening, because we don't have to travel so far. We just get out of bed and put a finger on a button. So that's my kind of suggestion.
Well, especially, you could do it just by listening, but who can do that? Who can, you start drifting. You start drifting and your mind goes all over the place. It's good to put a little service in also bodily, get your body into doing stuff. And it'll help so much, because then you're following the real process. Even Lord Caitanya taught the physical service, doing some physical things. Yeah. And
Also,
then you'll be, yeah, go ahead.
Also, it gives us a relationship with you. It's a loving relationship. You know, Krishna said, well, do the regular devotion until devotion awakens for me. But straight away, we can come into doing service for you on some level, getting your aphorisms out there, putting your words into ambient music, putting them on a PDF, giving them DJs who are playing the festivals. Bang, Guru Hari's just been heard by 20,000 people at a festival. People, come on, man. It's easy. So there's lots of ways to do things.
Yeah. And not only my words, but your words and Lalita's and Johan's, your preaching of the devotees. And all of this it's like becoming a bouquet of flowers here now. It's not just one flower. It's beautiful. It's a bouquet, a lot of realizations. The witnesses their witness testimony is so important. You know, you know how many Christians, that's all they do is they just give their witness testimony of what Jesus has done in their lives. You know, how it's changed them. And that's their message, you know, and yeah, so everybody's got a testimony in their heart and also understanding. And so this is like a bouquet of flowers, of transcendental flowers now, offered to the world to smell, you know, and actually that's how you really make advancement. You get a whiff of the this. Yeah.
Can I say?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I feel it's very clear now to get out of this coma. Yeah, it's by listening, chanting, and remembering, and both they are serving. Yeah, the listening and the chanting. The chanting is the expression. Yeah, the sharing, and the listening is like absorbing. And they both lead to the process to remembering. That's getting out of the coma is remembering. So Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam.
Yeah, sounds good. Dustin says, chanting and meditation makes me extremely ecstatic. At times instantly, been doing it, and this creative visualization since I was about 8, though. It works for me 95%. I'm going for it, though, 100%, though. Not sure if any experience with creative visualization. Reading does that for me. I have been in your classes. I try for your reading. When I read, it's growing up. I tie for your readings. Yeah. Wow, dear Dustin Forrest, I'm really excited hearing about how you feel when I read live. Thank you for so much. Really inspires me even more. Yeah, it's great. Yeah, continue reading. It's beautiful. Okay, let's take a break here. I need a break. Hare Krishna. Play the song. Play the Fanny song here. Thank you, everybody. Great chanting here. Oh, I had it on I also needed to take I had too much reverberation, but nobody told me. See, it's better now. No? Yeah, now it's good because I took the reverb off.
Was okay all the time, Guru Maharaj.
It was?
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, it was okay. It's good.
Yeah. I'm a perfectionist, though. That's what they said about your thing. I came up and turned it down more.
We know you are a perfectionist.
Yeah,
That's why everything is perfect here.
I keep a clean house, you know. Go, Hari. I seen your room. It ain't clean at all. No, you haven't seen the room. That's the hidden chamber.
Oh, you got Janaki there. You got Janaki. She's hiding in the bushes, I reckon. We don't see so much.
Yeah, see, so Shamaguri, yeah. So you'll see, increasingly, you'll be ecstatic. You'll see. So, what Krishna's looking for is your faith in this path, and it's tested. You might say, oh, yeah, yeah, and then it's in the deed. And as you're getting through purification, you become more steady, more ecstatic. So, some people are tested a little bit, to make sure, because, it's kind of how it is. It's a one-way trip. So what is this here? Let's see what David Beeman has to say, or Kamalakanta. Give it up, dude. We have a new guru, Big Gorhari. He came out of the ether of ISKCON. Rocky Horror Picture Show. Hari, the choice is yours. Eat street tacos or Mahaprasad. Looks like Lalita is going to the Academy Awards. I hope she doesn't get any turmeric on her dress. The beach party keeps pulling you back. So is that positive or negative? What do you think there?
I have no idea. I need to read the words, but
Yeah,
I can't read it. It's
What about
commonplace.
Govinda? Is that a yay or a nay for what we're doing? It's hard to tell.
It's not very inspiring. It's not very inspiring anyway. I'm not inspired by it, but I'm not just kind of neither here nor there, like most things
Okay.
in ID. Neither here nor there. Just
Yeah, okay. All right. So let's play the Fanny song for the pleasure of Kamalakanta, David Beeman. I'm pretty sure he's heckling you. That's what I thought. Hecklers don't bother us. I like hecklers. It's good for preaching. Gives me something to discuss.
Nobody can touch us.
Can't
Nobody.
touch this. I should be playing that guy. What's his name? Oh,
MC
I'm gonna
Hammer.
play it, man. This is in honor of here. I'm gonna find that one. Okay. Yes. Yeah. Here we go. Hey, this is for this is for David Beeman. Oh.
Bluetooth connected.
Here you go. This is for you, Kamalakanta. This is our preaching. Can't touch this. Kamalakanta, you can't touch this. You can't touch Lalita. Can't touch this. Can't touch this. You can't touch this prasad there, David. Kamalakanta. Can't touch this. Can't touch this. No way can you touch this. Can't touch this. You can't touch this prasad till you surrender to Shiksha. You can't eat this there prasad. You can't touch this. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Can't touch this. Can't touch this. David, you can't touch this. Go massage some of those old ladies. You can touch that. You can't eat our tacos. Look at Lalita, man. You can't touch her, man. She's not daunted, man. This is for Kamalakanta, man. You can't touch this, man. You can't touch this. We're eating prasad and you can't touch it. You might have to surrender to our preaching first. You have to say, all glories to Lalita Ganga's preaching. All glories to her ecstatic love. Then you can eat with us at the same table. Can't touch this. So thank you very much, everybody. Have a great day, and we'll can't touch this.